Sims and Leon, your mom's favorite podcast. Trust me, I'm a cat mom.
That Antland episode was so much fun having her in his studio.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed all of that.
We could have gone on a lot longer,
Oh, yeah.
but obviously people were hungry and she needed to get back home.
Yeah, we had angry people. We had hangry people in the garage,
Did
in
we?
the studio.
I was
Yeah,
back.
you.
Oh, I was?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after we got off, you're like, I'm just ready to fucking eat. I was like, damn, bro.
Oh.
And
Should've
today,
ordered some-
go ahead.
I was gonna say you should have ordered some Mr. Jim's.
They do deliver out here.
Yeah.
Some Sticky Fingers pizza. Can't go wrong with Sticky Fingers.
Nope.
So today we have my brother-in-law, Troy. We just figured we'd call and bullshit with you for a couple hours.
Yeah, I got time to kill. Left work early. I just when I say I just left. I didn't tell anybody.
What are they going to do, fire you?
Exactly. 5 more days left.
5 more days left, and then I'm coming in to celebrate your 4 days off.
Yep. And then working from home.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're working from home.
It's kind of like a blizzard here.
Yeah, is that going to clear up by next Tuesday?
Oh yeah, it'll probably be gone tomorrow. It'll melt.
Ah, cool.
Make it a little snow while you're here on Thursday.
Oh, like the second day I'll be there?
Yeah, the first full day. Yeah.
What do you do at your job?
Make maps.
Okay.
So basically, if you ever see any kind of map with some geospatial data in it, think of like any like election. You know, they turn certain counties red or blue or whatever, purple. So I make that, but just on a different system. It's ArcGIS maps, and it's pretty entertaining. It goes by pretty quick. It's pretty easy to do. So I wish I could. My current role, wish I could work from home because I literally watch TikToks and Netflix all day.
So when you lived in Houston, you worked for TxDOT?
Yeah.
And do you know when they plan on finishing any construction?
See, that's always a big question because they do NEPA, so National Environmental Policy Act. So they get clearance from the Federal Highway Act, or Federal Highway Administration. So they got to spend all the money. So if they get $100 million a year, they want to spend all of it.
They don't want anything left over.
Correct. So that's why you start all the projects just whenever they get cleared, environmentally cleared, or project cleared. So they do all that stuff, and when I first started there, because I went from a consulting firm where you had to kind of like show what you did for your work, like show your hours. Like I worked on this project for 2 hours and this for 2 hours. Well, they actually got told. I was there probably about 2 months that I need to slow down. This is literally what my boss told me, to slow down, to take my time. So I thought I was messing up. Well, no, when I was talking to her, she says, if you're not building enough hours. I was like, well, I'm building the correct amount.
Yeah.
And she says, if we don't build enough hours, then this project, just say it's $10 million. And obviously I don't make millions of dollars, so it wouldn't be that much, but then it just pushes everything up quicker and quicker, that maybe it only comes in at $9 million. Well, then they have $1 million left over, and if the federal government figures out, well, they don't need this $100 million next year, we're only going to give them 90.
Yeah.
So you want to use 99% of your budget.
Jesus.
That makes sense. You want to use all your budget so you get the same amount next year.
Correct, or more.
Yeah.
You don't want less.
So it's my 35 will never be complete.
No, because they probably, if you go to like Text.connect, you can see all the projects that are currently in progress and the ones that will be coming online too.
I feel like by the time that one is complete, it'll be obsolete.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll just start over.
With as many people that are moving here.
That huge freeway from downtown Houston to west to Katy, I-10.
Yeah.
It's like a boondoggle. So they built, I want to say it's with the frontage roads, HOV lanes, and the actual express or the actual highway lanes. I want to say it's 24 lanes wide. And they were thinking when they opened up in 08, 09, somewhere through there, they said, it's going to be about 20 years before it's at capacity. That was about 6 years, and it was at capacity. Because everybody moved to Katy because you could get a house out there for the same price that you were going to pay in Houston, downtown Houston, much bigger.
Yeah.
Or get the same house for cheaper. So the traffic is just a disaster.
And they had that giant highway that they could fly in and out of, and now it's packed.
Yeah, it's packed. It's a mess.
Jeez. Oh, you want to guess what beer we tried?
Is it from Best Made?
It is.
From that brewery?
It is.
So it can't be pickle because you always try pickle.
It's
Squash beer.
It's a
Squash.
It's a version of pickle pickle beer. It's mustard relish pickle beer.
Does it have mustard in it?
It tastes like it.
It tastes like it.
Like a spicy mustard or
Smells
regular
like it.
mustard?
Just regular mustard. I mean, it's very skeptical when you go to drink it. I was very sketch.
Is it like the pizza beer where the first drink you drink, it tastes good and then it progressively gets worse from there?
So far, it's been good.
Okay.
And like I was telling Dustin, if you're like having hamburgers or hot
Yeah.
dogs and you drink
Yeah.
this along with it, it'd be perfect.
Oh, it's got me craving some French fries.
What about this? Pour the beer in a pan and boil the hot dog weenies in there. Then you don't need anything.
Oh,
There you go.
shit, that's a good idea.
Game changer.
And then you have hot dog soup afterwards. Put a
And-
little
Oh my
crackers and some
God.
chives in
And
there.
yeah, and
Nasty.
it'll be mustard flavored hot dog soup. So it'll have a little flavor to it, a little more flavor to it.
Freeze the broth and make have cubes.
Hell no.
Use the broth and make rice.
Oh, no.
Mustard
Well,
hot
these-
dog soup rice.
One of these times I'm gonna make some ice cubes out of some hot dog water. I'm like, oh, you want some ice for your water?
Oh, nasty. Sick. So nasty.
Oh, that's a good prank.
No.
Oh, I would love to do that to
Never
somebody.
get nice at Troy's house.
So you want to hear my story from Saturday or
Yeah.
sorry, Friday?
So what did y'all do Friday? Is that the all you can drink night?
No, Brandee didn't want to go. We're gonna save that for when you're here.
Oh, sweet.
She didn't want to go back, so we went had sushi, normal Friday, and then we didn't know we want to go. It's called Rhino Beer Garden. It's probably less than a mile from the house, just say a mile. And so we went there. It's a cool little place. It's kind of like the brewery. It's smaller than the brewery. If you took the bar of the brewery and just made it a little bigger,
Yeah.
where you could actually walk, multiple people by, it's kind of like that. So and it has a huge outdoor patio. Blah blah blah.
Does
So-
it have bigger than 4 top tables?
Let's see, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, probably 6 or 7 in the main room. They have this little wing off to the side, but you can't really watch the TVs over there, so we don't ever go over there. Then it probably has 10 bar stools at the bar top.
Okay.
So we go there. We're just gonna have drinks, and we're gonna leave. And we're like, do we get an Uber? Do we walk? Let's just walk. So
how
we're gonna start
how far away is it from your house?
Probably a 10-minute walk.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. You kind of just cut through. It's, whatever. But the scooters were out there, the Lime and the Uber scooters.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're like, let's take these. Brandy's like, well, I don't have it. I was like, well, here, get this one because I know you have the Uber app. And then I have all the other ones, Lime, Bird, just from being in San Diego. So we get it. We can't figure out how to get them to go. So we're like pedaling them like a skateboard. And they kind of get going, but it's just kind of freewheeling. And then somehow I figured out that if you hit the accelerator, the little thumb thing twice, once doesn't make it go, but if you hit it once and hit it again, that's when it goes. So that way it just doesn't take off. So I was zoomed past Brandee on the kind of a sidewalk, and I'm like, these things go pretty fast. So we turn and there's like a little alleyway that kind of goes. It's a street, but nobody drives on it, just because unless you live in one of the townhomes, nobody drives on that road.
Yeah.
It's not a cut through road. And so we come up the back, and I'm like, I'm going to take a video of it. So try to drive, we had a few pops, maybe a couple shots. So I have one hand. Well, first I try to do it so the accelerator's on the right side, brakes on the left on the one I had. And I'm like, well, I can't go. I have to switch. So I switch, and I'm trying to get going. It gets a little wobbly. It gets a little wobbly again. It's like, finally get it going, and I try to get Brandee to turn around, and she doesn't. And as soon as I stop recording, I hit Paho.
Oh.
And
Did you flip?
I did not stay on the scooter at all.
Did you go over handlebars or around handlebars?
I would say so. When I hit it, the way it popped, popped up out of it. It just kind of launched me over the left handlebar, and I landed, and I'm like, "Where's my phone at?" That's the first thing I thought was, "Where's my phone?" Because it's dark.
Yeah.
And so Brandee comes back, and she's like, She thinks I did it on purpose. Well, I obviously didn't, because nobody wants to fall off the scooter. I wish my phone would have kept recording because that would have been awesome. But then it like bruised my right hand, my thumb, and like the pad of where your thumb is. Like it was real sore. Bruised up my knee. Didn't rip my pants.
Well, that's
I
good.
hit my head, and
Jesus.
I could have had a Bob Saget. And
So did you go to the doctor to get that checked out, or
No, I just went to sleep that night. It wasn't that bad. So like I didn't get any bruise on my head, but it's like it was like sore the next day. And I was like, oh yeah, I hit my head too. Like I don't know, probably like 3 inches above my temple on the left side. But it's not
Jeez.
bruised, so I was fine. So
Yeah.
note to self: don't try to drive them and record at the same time.
Oh, that's the problem, not the shots.
Yeah.
Not the shots.
You just weren't paying attention to where the potholes were.
God, man, I wish I would have recorded that. Or
Yeah, that would've
somebody would have saw it.
Well, it's
Felt
like
like Ricky
Yeah.
with the base run.
doing the worm across the street, which never happened because there's no proof. Just like
Yep.
yours, it never happened, but you admitted to it on the recording, so we have
So
proof.
that you probably got the snap from me that said something like riding the scooters was a terrible idea.
Yes.
So once the thing ended, that's when I wrecked. That's why it's like abruptly ended. And
So you didn't end it; it just ended because you flipped over and
Yeah, and my
your
thumb
phone,
came up.
yeah, your thumb came off. So like when you hit
Worst
the
timing.
like when you hit the pothole, did it like turn the front wheel sideways?
oh yeah, and an instant stop.
Yeah, that sucks.
Luckily, I wasn't going like as fast as I was earlier on the sidewalk. Full speed.
Yeah.
But, man, I was like, Brandee, haha, yours ain't going, and I just zoomed past her. I think those things probably go 15, 20 miles an hour at
No.
least. Oh
You
yeah.
were drunk.
Well, that's why they're probably going faster then. So when you come in town, we'll have to ride them around.
Okay, can Brandee hear us?
You can't hear. No, she can't hear.
Okay,
Well.
I wasn't sure if you had it on, if you had your headset on or not.
Yeah, I got the headset on.
So
So
okay.
I
you're
was-
saying these scooters are you do it from the Uber app? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
yeah, there's
so
different ones.
Okay.
So there's like Uber, Lime, Bird.
Huh.
There's
Hey.
even bicycle ones. I don't know what the bicycle. I think the bicycle's Lime also. And so you just go and you up to the handlebar and you say you want to rent one, and it shows you where they're all at. Most of the time they're outside of bars, restaurants.
Yeah. So you
And
just
go
ride
to-
it and you drop it where you want to.
Yeah, you scan the QR code, and then it says, okay, you're good to go. And you take off, and it was like 85 cents to ride it home.
That's not
Dang.
bad, and you can also get paid to charge them.
Oh yeah, if you go pick a bunch of them up and you take them to a drop-off area or
Yeah.
take them to the charging area, so they're always like out front of our place or on the corner over there. But it's way better than in Dallas and Houston. They were just thrown on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Here, people at least try to put them together and put the kickstands down. I know mine has some dents in it, and when you get done, you're supposed to take a picture of the whole bike.
Well,
I only
that's-
took a picture like of the back, where I left the front handlebar out of the picture in case it was crooked.
Yeah, I wouldn't take pictures of anything. Don't tell me how to live my life. I paid you to ride this bike.
Because once you hit stop, it's like, please take a picture of the bike or scooter, whatever. And I just kind of left the front
So-
tire out.
They're just asking you to take a picture. They're not saying you have to take a picture.
I think you have to take a picture for the ride to end. I
Oh,
think.
okay. Otherwise,
Makes
we'll
sense.
just keep charging you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Austin last weekend and I kept seeing the scooters everywhere.
They used to have them in Dallas. Now they don't have them in Dallas anymore.
Wow.
They had the bikes, the Lime bikes, and the scooters. And then I think it was the same thing that Troy said about Houston. People just throw them on the side of the road. They didn't keep
Yeah.
up with them. Like in San Diego, they're all over the place, and it's like they're really nice.
Yeah.
Like people actually take care of them because they use them all the time.
Yeah.
And here in Texas, we're like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
more of a
don't.
toy.
I don't need your bike. I don't need your scooter. All right. So this beer, this mustard pickle beer, the first taste I had was I could take mustard very well, and now it tastes more just like pickle beer. So I think,
That's what I was saying.
yeah. At first, when you first said, you taste more pickle.
Yeah.
But-
It's just a hint of mustard for me.
Yeah.
Give it a good deep burp and then see if you taste the mustard.
Oh, that'll be
No.
fun.
No, that's. See, now I'm tasting more mustard. I don't know. It really makes me want some fries.
Do you dip your fries in mustard?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
normally you take a bite of a hamburger and you have mustard, the mustard flavor,
Okay.
and then what's the next thing you do? You eat fries.
I don't normally eat like that.
Wow.
I like finish my burger then go to fries. I don't
Either
do.
way, you're still gonna have the flavor of mustard in your mouth.
Especially you go to Whataburger because they put like 8 pounds of mustard on there.
They do.
They have to because their patties are so fucking dry.
Yeah, they're like translucent.
They're thin.
Are you a
they're
Whataburger
dry.
hater too?
I don't. It's not that I hate Whataburger. I just think it's kind of overrated.
I mean, it's no different than Sonic or their spicy ketchup.
Yeah, spicy.
Puts
Their,
Oh yeah.
their
puts
ketchup
them
and
above everybody
spicy
else.
ketchup is great.
Yeah,
And like I always get the Whataburger Junior because it's less bread, more meat.
Yeah.
It just
somebody told me to get a Whataburger and then just have them put it with the junior bun. That way, you don't have that 8-inch.
You have a lot of meat
hubcap
hanging on?
bun.
that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
8-inch hubcap.
It is. I don't. They can't make. They could not make that patty any thinner.
You're right.
With it holding together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just marketing because you're like, look how big our burgers are. Well, if you made it like a little smaller, you can make the patty a little thicker. Now we're talking.
They have big buns and wide patties. You're right.
Need that quarter pounder.
Yeah, I was had to get a triple meat.
Triple meat.
Oh, that's a lot of meat.
That is a lot of meat.
Oh yeah.
All right, so before you did this job, you were a mechanic for how long?
10 years? Yeah, about 10 years.
And you're always my
12
go-to
years.
guy. Now my cars are outgrowing you.
Now
Yeah.
I'm retired.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like I've always bought Fords because you're like, I'm not helping you unless you have a Ford. Because that's where you worked, right?
Yep.
And so I've had Fords for most of my adult life just because, hey, I get free advice whenever I need it. And it's not like you didn't have to look shit up either. Like I'd tell you something's wrong with my window, and you're like, you'll need this size wrench, this, and this. This is how you take it
Oh,
off,
yeah.
and like instantly. Like even with my job, working with fire code, I always look stuff up just to make sure I'm right. You just knew it.
That's why I basically retired. It just got, I don't know, too easy, too boring. Plus working in Texas outside was zero fun.
Especially Houston, Texas,
Ugh.
where it's just 100% humidity all the time.
Yeah,
Walk
but think about that
outside.
retirement you could have already had because you've been gone from it for about 10 years.
Has it been that long?
It's got to be damn close.
Retired in 2013, so yeah, May
Damn.
of 2013.
Man,
It has been a long time.
could have had that
I
pension.
did not realize that.
Oh, they had terrible retirement. Well, the dealerships, I'm not saying everybody does, but the dealerships I worked at, it was like, you want to put in 401k? What? Why? We don't match that. Sorry.
Oh.
Huh?
So it's not like a Ford-based thing. You work actually for the
Correct.
dealerships. Interesting.
Correct.
I always
Yeah.
thought it was directly for Ford.
Yeah, 'cause,
Ford.
yeah, they're going to certify you and everything. That's what I would think.
Yeah, no, you basically work for whoever. If it's a single-owned dealership, or the one I worked for, most of the time they own like 4 or 5,
Huh.
and so you work for Sam Pack is who owned the dealerships I worked for.
So when you worked at the guy that owned multiple ones, did you have to go to different dealerships or just same one every time?
Just same one every time. If you moved or something, people could go to a different dealership they want to, but no, it was always just the same one, same 2 bays or 3 bays, depends on how many you had. It wasn't bad. One time they were like, our health insurance went way up. Like, I'm just making this up, but it went from like $50 a check to like $100 a check, and I'm like, man, screw this. So I found an outside, because I was like 24 at the time, and they're like, oh yeah, we can get it to you for like $50 a month. Okay, cool, I'll take that. So I went there to go cancel, and they're like, why are you canceling? I was like, because it doubled. They're like, well, what if you give you like a $2 an hour raise, because that'll offset it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then I just did that for 1 year, then I canceled it the next year, so I just could keep my raise.
You got a free raise out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I had to keep it for a year, but it offset the cost, and then in a year I got my raise and still canceled it. Went independent.
So that brings me to the question: why did they want you to keep it so bad?
So it goes into a pool. So if you have, 50, say 50 people on there, and 25 of them are 35 and under, and you have 25, 35 and older,
Yeah.
the premiums, equal. But if all the young people, like I was at 20 at the time, 25, left because we could get it cheaper, paying it completely on our own, then the premiums went up because all the old people, the ones that were like 50 and 60, the office people and a couple of the techs,
Yeah.
then their premiums went way up.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. I know at my old job that was a big thing with all of us getting older and our insurance going up. Because when me and Jerry started there, we were in our early 20s, and then when we left there, we're in our late 30s. So it was he was starting to lose the benefits of insurance without having to hire younger kids all the time.
Yep.
And then we had a couple of old people that worked with us that I was like, they need to get off our insurance. They're going to cause me to have to pay more, which
Right.
he always took care of us. We never had to pay for our insurance. He covered it 100%. At least he said he did. He also kind of slightly underpaid us, not like by a lot. Just if you go across the industry standard, we didn't realize it at the time until we moved on. We were a little bit underpaid than what we should have been, but we had a lot of benefits. Like not necessarily benefits, perks.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good perks working there because it was a small company. You know, it's easy to have
Yeah.
perks. Like hell, when I went to Jerry's wedding, he paid for all my flights. I was like, okay.
In Vegas?
Yeah,
Nice.
he paid for my to go see Carrot Top that trip too.
Nice.
Did he give you his itinerary?
Yes, he did.
Oh my.
Nice.
Do you know about this, Dustin?
I've heard of the itinerary story, but probably not this specific
No,
one.
no, he didn't. I was not part of the itinerary except for when we went to dinner in the Carrot Top show.
Oh.
But I remember his wife came to when our office was at their house.
Mm-hmm.
His wife came one time and threw it on my desk. He's like, "Do you see this? Do you consider this a vacation? Look, 8:05. Use the restroom." I was like, "No, that's
Wow.
not how it works." That sounds like a miserable. And they were going to Hawaii.
Oh,
She had everything planned out to the minute. Like you have 6 minutes to get ready here to move on to this thing. It's like, geez,
No.
yeah.
No.
When I'm on vacation, my plan is I have no plan unless I buy tickets to something like Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Then I was like, all right, I'll plan on doing that.
Right.
Or like when we go to Vegas and stuff, we don't plan out the trip. We're just like, all right, let's do pool day one day, and then we'll work on it from there. Like, all right, let's all go eat tonight. You know, it's very rarely planned out,
Yeah.
except for small little things like a meal here and there. And it's never like we all have to be at the pool at this time. It's like,
Yeah, because that never happens.
no, it doesn't happen. It's like whoever gets there first gets there. Hopefully, we'll have spots. And I enjoy it that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on anybody's schedule when I'm on vacation.
Oh yeah.
But,
Problem is when you get too many people going on your vacation, then you got to be on schedule.
yeah, I went to Kansas City with my neighbors, Danny and Amanda, and I had a blast. It was a fun trip. We went and saw Kansas City versus the Rangers baseball game. But our first day there, his car, the vehicle we were driving, there was a small SUV. That check engine light came on. Like, all right, we need to go fix it. So he's going to go buy the parts. Like, hey, you want to go? He's like, yeah, but first I got to take a shit in the shower because I can't function there during the day unless I take my shower. So I go, I shit, a shower, get ready, come down. He looks at me, he's like, 26 minutes. I was like, what? He's like, that's how long it took you to shit in the shower. I was like, why are you timing me, bro?
No joke.
You could have saved time by waffle stomping.
Jesus.
Just pulled a Kathy and just shit in the shower. Use a towel to make a little moat to push it down to the drain.
You're gonna get some
Should-
trouble
should-
again.
Why'd you get in trouble?
By our sponsor.
Which one?
The sponsor that says we talk about pooping too much.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh.
I forgot. It does come up quite
It
often.
does come
I
up a
don't-
lot.
I don't know why.
We-
It made sense with the 4-year-old stories about her shitting in the park. What the hell is that going on?
Yeah.
Are you spraying stuff?
Are you Lysol?
Me, no.
No. Did you not hear that hissing sound?
Did not.
Interesting. I thought you were over there filing your nails or spraying something. It was just weird audio coming over.
Next, was it this? Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's weird. I was just moving the laptop, and there's something on the top of it, so I run my finger across it, which is weird.
Well, it's weird that it picked it up that well. You might not be on the right mic.
It says I'm on headphones.
Even on the little clean feet
Yeah.
drop down. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, next time y'all don't have the sponsor, I'll tell the Kathy story.
I mean,
Or-
we're already into it, so
We're
we might
already
as
into
well.
it.
Okay, we'll just call her Kathy.
How?
That's not
how-
a real name.
Yeah, that's a fake name. How far back do you want to go in this spring training story? Because it was a wild one.
Oh, so we were only there 3 days.
Yes, and it started off at the Copper Bar.
It doesn't. If you're ever in Arizona, in Phoenix, you have to go to this bar.
It's called
It's
the
a
Copper
da-
Bar?
Yeah.
It's in downtown Phoenix, like I don't know, like in the city center. There's like this park, and it's a cool pub, brewery, and they have all kinds of breweries on tap. But the best thing
Tons
is
of beer
they
on tap.
karaoke.
Live band karaoke.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. So you pick the song from their huge list. They play the music and you sing. So it's like you're in a real band.
Wow, Elena would love that.
So
She loves karaoke.
so Troy and Kathy got there earlier. Like, what time did y'all get there? Like noon?
She was there the day before because she was there
She-
for work.
that's right.
I
She-
landed whatever I think it was Thursday morning at like 9 or 10 a.m. So pretty early.
And my flight got canceled. So I had to fly. That's when I told the story about stopping in El Paso.
Yeah.
I had to stop in El Paso and get there, and ended up getting there, I think, earlier than what my original flight was. So I think I landed at noon and got to the bar at 2, the Copper Bar. And this place is awesome.
Right.
That's when we also stayed in the haunted hotel.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The Cortez.
Yeah. Had a bottle opener in the shower.
It's old. It's like from like 1910 or 1920. It's an old hotel.
And it's cool because the elevator, you can tell the elevator's upgraded, but they left the elevator doors on the outside looking like it's the old fucking elevator.
Oh, shit.
It's a really cool place. There's
The
a,
elevators are tiny.
yeah, very, very, very small. And there's an Irish pub right next door, a Subway right across the street. It was a really neat place. And it was right, I mean, it was walking distance to everywhere we wanted to go pretty much.
Yeah.
And the sushi place down at the bottom of it, that was
Oh,
that was
yeah.
awesome too. All right, so live karaoke. But
Because you get there at like 2, 3.
Yeah.
Me and Kathy had already been there for 3 or 4 hours. We got there at 11.
yeah,
Because she's going to work and I'm just going to drink because I'm off of work. She's kind of working remote, out of town kind of thing.
yeah, and I'm just so I'm not really playing catch up, but I'm drinking quite a bit.
Yeah.
And to where they tell us, well, live karaoke starts at 9. At this time, it's like 7.
Oh, shit.
So I've been there for about 4 or 5 hours. They're like, live karaoke starts at 9, or either 9 or 10. It's like, there's no way I'm going to make it that long. And then at some point, the bathrooms stopped working. Like they flooded, so there's no bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
So there was a bowling place like right
I forgot
next.
about that part.
Yeah, there's a very popular bowling place right next door. What's it called? Lucky Strikes.
Yeah.
Like right next door to that place. And so this bar is upstairs too. There's 2 levels in this little entertainment area.
Okay.
All bars lined on the bottom, bars lined on the top. It's a really cool little area.
Right.
So you had to go to the Lucky Strikes to go use the restroom.
It was such a beating. I forgot about that.
And then when you walked in, like they knew at first they were asking people like, do you want to hang out here? It's like, no, we're just using the restroom. So as soon as we'd walk in, it was like, restroom's over there.
Yeah.
It's right over there. And that place was fucking empty.
It was empty except for the people going to the bathroom.
Yeah, we were the only ones going through there. Like they should have made people buy beers. Like you
Right.
can use the restroom, but you have to drink a beer here.
Yeah.
But they didn't. Oh man. So yeah, the bathrooms were broke, flooded, or I don't know what happened. They were roped off and like people guarding it.
Did maybe Kathy go in there?
Ooh, maybe. So about 2:00 in the morning, they called me and Kathy up to sing.
2 a.m.
Ish.
And what time did you put your name on the list?
I don't know.
Oh.
And so we're going to sing Friends in Low Places. I know
Okay.
all the words to that.
Yeah.
Kathy knows all the words to that. At 2:00 in the morning, I did not know any of the words to that. So the point to where the guy, like, singing and playing guitar next to me is like, why'd you pick this song if you didn't know it? I was like, I thought I knew it. It's like, it's going right here. Can't you read it? It's like, I can't. It's like,
Even with one eye.
I've been here for like
Yeah.
12 hours now.
One-eyed Ricky.
This is not going to work. But we also picked that song because it's one of those songs that, well, I picked that song. Kathy,
Everybody sings along.
Yeah, because everybody sings along. So, you get one that the crowd sings, even if you're not really singing.
Sweet
Nobody
Caroline was
cares.
already taken.
Probably.
Yeah, Ricky's like, I just need to make it to the course. And once he got to the course, nailed it.
Nailed it. 3 words.
Oh, man. That for going somewhere as soon as you land, because we both did the same thing, and staying there all day and all night until it's bedtime. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
because you brought your backpack with you. You didn't even go to the hotel.
right. Did you go to the hotel before that?
Yeah, because I checked in.
You
and
did check in?
Waiting for Kathy originally.
We went through 3 different bar staffs. That's how awesome it was. And they were all super cool. Like every one of them was like, they knew we were, I guess the new bartender told the next ones like, yeah, they've been here for a while.
Yeah.
And then we went back a second day, and that's when I was going to try every local beer. And there were
Milk
a
stout.
lot of, the milk stout was gross.
Ugh.
And then I realized that some of these local beers are like 12%.
Oh, shit.
It's like, maybe I'll lay off of those and save those for the end. That's not a
Yeah.
smart idea. Saving those for the end is bad.
Yeah.
But starting at the beginning would probably be bad too. Okay, let's get back to Kathy poop in the shower.
So we wake up the next morning. Kathy's husband Adam's there, so they go to their hotel that night. Me and Ricky go back.
Did Adam ever make it to the Copper Bar?
Yeah, because he was mad because he thought they were staying in downtown.
Oh,
but they
that's
were
right.
staying in like Chandler or something, like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, and then
So-
they moved the next night.
Yeah, so the next night they stayed over there by where the Coyotes play or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the next morning we wake up and Adam's laughing. He wants to tell us the story, but he's like, I'll tell y'all later. So we go to the spring training, hang out, do all that stuff. Then we go eat sushi. I shit you not, as soon as we get through eating sushi, we go to this Irish pub. Adam orders shepherd's pie. Like, we just left the sushi place, walked across the street to the Irish pub, and he orders this big plate of shepherd's pie. And he eats all of it. Like, I was tired. I was so full after all eating all the sushi, and he couldn't pass up the shepherd's pie.
We love shepherd's pie, but that sushi was really good too. And they had
Yeah.
we got the calamari with the fried jalapenos, and they also had like whole garlics,
Huh.
like
Oh,
garlic,
yeah.
what are the cloves, what are they
Roasted
called?
garlic, yeah.
They were so good.
Huh.
Like I could make roasted garlic and just snack on it all day long and just have stinky breath. I don't care.
Yeah.
So then Adam, as he's eating it, Kathy's giving him shit because he's eating again. And he's like, Kathy pooped in the shower.
No warning,
No
nothing.
warning,
Just jumped out and said, Kathy pooped in the shower, and we're like, hold on, what?
Oh, so he's trying to tell us a story. We're all laughing. He can't get it out. It's just ridiculous.
And all day long, he's been kind of teasing it, like, oh, I got to tell y'all this story about Kathy. And Kathy's like giving him shit, like, don't say shit. And then as soon as he said that, Kathy just turned to him, like, shocked that he made that announcement. And it was very loud and very awesome.
So they had when she got the room, and then he got there checked in. There was something wrong with their original room, so they just gave him the adjoining room. So they had basically 2 rooms.
Yeah, hold on, Dustin's off mic, so we need to add this part of the story to it. He likes to leave the microphone in the middle of stories.
I couldn't help it.
I mean, he
Where'd you
could.
go?
I
There you
had to
go.
go open the door because somebody decided to bring all the groceries in at once.
Yeah, so they had to move into a new hotel room.
So she goes in whichever hotel room they weren't sleeping in. The other one takes a shower, and then Adam walks.
They're
and she's
adjoining
taking-
hotel rooms.
Yeah, so the little door that kind of connects them.
A little quieter. I have to make a call.
Adam walks in, and Kathy has the little, face towel, squeegeeing poop off the wall
What?
and the tub.
Did Brandee just yell at you?
Yeah, she's like, "Can you be quieter? I gotta make a call."
Does she know you're on a podcast? It's very important here.
There's 3 floors to that house.
Yeah.
There's 3. Tell her to go down the basement.
Tell her to go sit in the garage, make her call, she'll be fine.
So Kathy.
This isn't gonna work. You're
So
too
Kathy,
soft.
So Kathy, she thought she had to fart and she didn't, and just shit.
She said she was kind of used the towel to make a funnel of water so she could funnel everything to the drain, squeezing it with the towel and pushing it, like not pushing it with her feet, but kind of pushing it with her feet. And she called Adam in there to show
hell?
him. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would you tell me to come in here? So the reason they had adjoining rooms is because, was it plumbing problems in one of them? Or the air conditioner?
Yeah, I thought it was the air conditioner.
Okay, the air conditioner
I
wasn't working.
hope it's not plumbing at that
Yeah,
point.
well, the air conditioner in one room wasn't working, so the hotel staff just gave them the adjoining room as well.
Said
So
here.
that's why they had 2.
Okay.
So they had AC in one, and she pooped it. She took a shower in the one without AC, I think.
Can you imagine walking into somebody's squeegeeing doo doo in the shower?
And it's your wife.
It's your wife.
Oh my goodness!
Like, was it solid or?
No, because she thought she had a toot, but it
Yeah.
obviously wasn't that.
After drinking all day, it's not likely going to be solid.
Never trust a fart.
Yeah, she definitely shouldn't have. At least she was in the shower.
That's true.
You know, at least we
Not
were
out in public.
Yeah, at least it wasn't while we're like at a baseball game.
Or Perry walking down Bourbon Street.
Yeah, we told that story.
Yeah, I don't think we ever said it was Perry, but that's okay.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I know we have. Yeah, you were actually with Perry when that happened.
Oh, yes. Just a little squirt running down his leg in his shorts.
Nasty.
Looked like crawfish guts.
Yeah, I have terrible friends.
Oh, and then Was it the same day we went to that breakfast place and couldn't find the entrance? Or was that the next day?
That was the next morning.
Okay. So we went to this breakfast place that people said, you have to go. And they said, the line's going to be long, so be prepared to wait. So we park, and then we walk around to where we think we're going to go. We ended up walking, and it's not a small building. Like, it's in like a...
It's like a city block, basically.
Yeah.
Around.
Like, it's in a building that's an entire city block. But the restaurant's not the entire city block.
Right.
So we get out of the car. We start walking around thinking that it's on the other side of the building. Walk all the way back around to the car, and that's where the entrance was. We literally circled the building looking for the entrance that is right in front of us when we got out of the car.
So, like, if you take our cars, like, being noon, and you face, like, had the building back to us, our cars at noon, the building would have been, like, right behind us, so say, like, at 7, so, like, behind us at 6 o'clock. The front entrance to the restaurant was, like, at 7 o'clock. Literally, if we just turned around and walked to the building, nope.
We took the long route, and then ended up going to Chili's.
Yeah, because we all wanted Chili's to begin with, except for Kathy.
Like, now it's a sign not to go.
Well,
And then Adam takes a big scoop of the chili queso, and he's like, hey, just throw this on the floor. I got Kathy's shit in the shower.
God bless.
And then that night, or one of the nights, is
Yeah,
when...
it was that night.
Yeah, Adam decided to experiment with, is it true, beer before liquor, you're going to be sicker? Or he was trying to figure out which way it was. And I think he started with beer.
Yeah, and then he went to his vodka. Remember, because at the end,
Yeah.
he tries to squeeze that lime into his vodka tonic, and it slipped out of his hand, and his hand karate chopped the drink right into his lap as soon as he got the drink. So then he asked the bartender, can you make me another one? I spilled this one. As he's bringing it to him, he's like, can you go ahead and squeeze the lime in there for me?
Wow.
Yeah,
The
so
guy's like, are y'all driving? We're like, no, our hotel's right there. And he's like, oh, okay, here's your drink.
yeah. Yeah, that did not work out for him. He was not doing well the next day.
Yeah, I imagine.
Is that one? And then I bought the homeless guy sub sandwich. I was like,
Yeah.
if I'd had cash, I would have just gave him that. But I felt bad for him, and he wanted something to eat. And I was like, oh, here's Subway. I'll buy it for you.
Did you get him
And
a-
then Subway was busy. Then he goes in and he's like, well, can I get a foot long, like, double meat with bacon? I was like, you're getting a cold cut.
This Subway was 2 stories.
Yes.
Like, there's a stairs going up to another sitting area.
Huh.
It was pretty neat, I think. And then one night, a gorilla ghost was attacking Troy, and I saved his life.
Gorilla
I
Ghost.
wake up to him, like, yelling at me to, I don't know, duck or run or something. I'm like, he's not awake, but he's just yelling for no reason. I changed my flight to earlier so I could get out of there because it was scaring me.
Oh, yeah, that was the last time we've been to spring training.
I just got a text from Brandee that says, do not tell the poop story. Whoops.
Too late.
Oops.
We gave her a fake name,
Yeah.
ish. What was
Terrible friends.
okay? After you came on the birthday show, you told the story, one of the stories about me, and then you said, "Oh, I should have told the story about this." Do you remember what it was?
Oh, yes. So, the NASCAR story.
Oh, yes.
So we go out to, I don't know, this thing was a spring race. And, we want to stay up late, stay up all night. So we, drink our beer. My dad's there, and some of his friends are there, and they all kind of eventually go to bed. So we stay up, 1, 2 o'clock, not a big deal. 3, 4, kind of starts getting kind of late.
And we're all sleeping in the camper.
Yeah, in a travel trailer or whatever, RV, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so we sit out by the road because, people drive by in their little side-by-sides or golf carts, and they woohoo. So, and we just kept collecting the beer cans there. We're like, instead of when we go get more and throwing that beer away, we just throw the beer can on the ground. So this cop drives by now. There's probably, 20 beer cans around us. And so he's like, asking, it was real nice, like, how's your day going? Or how's your night going? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, something was said. And then he goes, all right, that's probably enough for you guys. And so then he comes back around.
Yeah, so we don't take his advice. We keep drinking.
Yeah.
We have our little radio on. It's not loud. We're not like blasting music.
Yeah, because there's other people way louder than us.
Yeah.
He comes back around and he's like, y'all need to go to bed. I'm gonna leave, and when I come back around, if you're still here, we're gonna have problems or something like that. And Ricky goes, well, just don't come back then.
And he didn't.
he didn't come back. So then it's like 5 or 6 a.m.
Oh,
It's
God.
kind of getting dusk a little bit.
Sun's starting to peek
Or
around.
dawn or dusk, and it's kind of getting light. So Ricky's like, "You want to eat?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm starving." Ricky's like, "I got steaks." I'm like, "Let's throw them on the grill." So Ricky, we turn on like the little propane bottles that go on the side, those little small grills.
Yeah.
So we fire that bad boy up, get it hot. Ricky throws on the grill. I go get some chips and bean dip or whatever. Ricky says, "Steaks are done. How do you want your steaks?" I'm like, "Whatever, rare, medium rare is fine, just whatever." We get it, and I cut into it. I'm like, "Man, this is kind of cold."
Grills
rubbery,
never
too.
on.
It was on.
It was on.
I mean,
The
you
steak
could-
wasn't on there long.
I don't think you could have cooked it any less. If you cooked it any less, you didn't cook it at all.
It
We
was.
just ate it. We just ate it.
It was good too. It
If
was
it
like,
wasn't cold, it was good seasoned and everything.
Yeah.
It had a little sear on it, but it was
just had a cool red center.
yeah. Because we're like,
Cool
"Hey, let me turn my flashlight on." So I turn it on. I was like, "This thing is like purple in the middle. It's so rare." So just that story of like, "Well, just don't come back then." And
Just
Ricky
don't
said
come
it
back.
in the nicest one-eyed Ricky way possible.
Yeah, I wasn't a dick about it. Although I think I was calling him a pig a couple of times. But
Jesus.
he came by like 4 or 5 times. We were joking with him a lot.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't mad at us by any means, but we were pretty drunk. We were pretty messed up. And at one point he did say, "Yeah, I think y'all should. Next time I come back by, y'all probably need to be in bed." And that's when I said, "Well, then just don't come back
Don't
by."
come back 'cause we're not going to bed yet.
Oh, then we went to sleep in the bunk beds at the back of the camper.
And
And
everybody gets up like they already got up before
Yeah.
we went to bed.
Oh, my
'Cause
God.
We went to bed at like 8 in the morning or something like
Jesus.
a lot of them were already up, and then they turned off the AC on us
that. Oh, and it got so hot in there.
very quickly. Like it was nice when we got in there, and they're like, "Well, we're not sleeping anymore, so let's cut off the AC. Let's save some gas on that old generator."
Oh, it's all generators out there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, unless you go to like the real bougie one.
Yeah. There's some nice
Gotcha.
places where you can they have plugins and stuff like that. But where we were, and everybody had a generator.
Yeah.
So it's not like
So-
you can't avoid the generator sound.
Right.
It's going to be there regardless. You just get used to the hum. But you're also at NASCAR.
See, that's when you just sneak over and plug yours into somebody else's.
Not a bad idea. And so they
I never really
also
had problem with people stealing stuff. I never had anything get stolen. Like
No.
people would have their coolers outside full of beer, food. I
Well,
never heard anything get stolen.
there's that one time that Bubba kept somehow
Oh.
refilling our ice chest.
Oh yeah, and that guy's the one that killed himself.
Is
in
he?
the middle of during the race.
Oh, not the same race we were at.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like the
another year.
year or the next year after.
Middle of
We
the,
got in his-
on turn 3.
Yeah, middle of the infield. He's I won't say his name, but he went. You can look up the story. He got inside of his truck, blew his brains out.
Huh.
And it's so loud nobody heard it.
Yeah, they didn't find him till my dad was there. I wasn't there, and a couple hours after the race, they're where's John Doe at? Where's John Doe? And they looked all over for him, and then they were going to drive around in his truck because it was blocking all the other trucks, and they opened it up, and there he was.
Whew. Damn.
Yeah, that's a shitty way to go.
Yeah, just because his girlfriend broke up with him during the middle of the race or something.
Jeez.
There's always more to it than that.
Well, that's what he sent her in the text message.
That's
Damn.
the
That's
only
cold.
evidence we got.
Yeah,
That's cold to send the text message. I mean, come on, man.
yeah.
And she didn't. And, okay.
Like, is that his way of trying to get her back?
I guess like
And she didn't want to alert anybody? They just found him 2 days later? Like,
2 hours later. Like, she probably... You're not on your phone a lot when you're at a race.
it was a message something like you're gonna regret breaking up with me, or you're gonna regret what you did, or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
And then they found him.
Yeah, and so where we camped at, where Troy's dad always had his spot, he had his buddies there too. So it wasn't just campers lined up like most places. They
Right.
made a horseshoe. So
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
big open area in the middle where
Yeah,
you
that's
could
always
throw
fun.
bags and play and have fun. So it was a group of bunch of people there just
Right.
hanging out and having fun. Like I think was your Uncle Jerry there that year?
Who was there? I don't think so.
I know he was there one year we went. I just couldn't remember if it was that year or not. But it was always fun when he was out there, and there's more Jerrys in the family.
Yeah, it's when you go with other people, if you get 2 or 3 campers together, it makes it much more fun because you can. Otherwise, you don't have much space out there.
Yeah. And then there was that guy that had that pop-up trailer on a trailer, or pop-up camper on a trailer from, where was it from? New York? Some are way up north.
Weird.
Maine?
The stuff you see out there. There's one guy that had he owned a wrecker service, like a tractor trailer wrecker service, the big one. He would tow his Winnebago out there because it didn't have a motor in it, and he would sleep in that, and then he would tow it back home. So instead of just buying a truck and an RV, something happened to the motor, blew up or whatever, and so it was out of it. So for that season of NASCAR, he didn't have the money to fix it or time or whatever, and so he just towed it with his wrecker, would park it out there, hook the generator up, and then when he got done, would tow it back home.
And that, one year, Big Dale came out in a limo with all his cowboy friends.
Oh my
Lord.
God!
Because I got a bunch of just passes to get in. I don't remember if it was Campground Pass or what, through Kickball. We
Yeah.
did
Those
a
are
charity.
sweet tickets, wasn't it?
Those weren't the sweet tickets. The sweet tickets were separate. Those were just like general admission something.
Okay, 'cause I remember we went to the Sweets one time.
Yeah, we had the
With
sweet
Archie and
tickets. Yeah,
Barry, I think.
Yeah, me. It was for sure me, you, and Archie. I don't remember if it was me, you, Archie, and Josh, or me, you, Archie, and Jerry. So it was. I think it was that same race, except the sweet tickets was for the Saturday or the Friday night race.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Bush race or whatever it is called now.
Yeah, and they had Dale had a bunch of tickets for either that night or the next race. The general admission. We already had our tickets. So I gave him like 5 or 6, and then they just came in there. His buddy owned a limousine company.
Oh god.
So they just cruise in there in this limousine, come pick me and Troy up. We're just driving around. Like, we're not doing anything. We're just driving around the campgrounds in a
All
stretch
to the
ass
campsites.
limo.
Jesus.
Oh, man. They had like 3 different bottles of liquor we were drinking, a tub full. So what's really cool about NASCAR is you get to take your own beer stuff in.
Yeah.
Like, you can go buy stuff there, but you can also take a cooler in.
Right.
Yeah, just no glass.
Yeah, no
Everything
glass.
else is go.
And even when we sat in the stands, not just on the infield, when we sat in the stands, we still loaded up our cooler and took it in there with
Right.
us. It was awesome.
Huh.
NASCAR is a lot of fun. Even if you're not like a huge NASCAR fan, I would highly recommend going to at least one race. If you can find a way to camp out
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
go to a race, especially the Saturday night race.
Yeah, that was that during the. I can't remember if they switched it to spring or fall. Yeah, the Saturday night race is way better
I think it's still spring
just because it's a night race and
and it's Saturday.
yeah, you'll see people their cooler they brought the beer in when it gets emptied turns into the puke bucket. You see people throw up in their own cooler. I mean, just the mullets that are there.
The same people that always have a sign set up that show us your tits and we'll give you whatever. I don't know what they're giving, or maybe they'll rate your tits if you show
It's
them to
usually
them.
Jello shots.
Yeah, but yeah, that might have been what it was. Oh, insanity! The entire NASCAR event is just pure insanity. And then
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Bunch of rednecks.
Like what Eli once told us, like the way we look at it, or the way cops look at it when they're out there, is like you can't give everybody a ticket, so just don't give anybody a ticket.
Yeah.
And so I
Unless
already
you're-
knew that.
Unless you're like fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're actually being super disruptive. If you're just sitting there drinking beers like we were, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
But like I said, that cop was already joking with us and stuff.
Yeah.
So me saying that to him wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he was like, "Okay, I get it. Y'all are still having fun. Whatever." He got the idea that we're like those fuckers on King of the Hill, the way they just sit on the side of their house drinking beers.
Yeah.
That's what we were doing, except on the side of a camper.
Yeah.
He's like, "Y'all aren't going anywhere. Y'all aren't doing anything. He didn't care. I think he enjoyed giving us a hard time more than anything. And I called him a pig, which I thought was funny.
God bless.
It's like, here, piggy, 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 piggy. I'm trying to think, because we went out to NASCAR multiple times. And the worst
Oh,
part
yeah.
about it is traffic. Getting there and
Oh,
leaving
yeah.
there is fucking
Yeah.
awful.
Especially
That's why
only having
that's
2
why the
lanes on
si-
35.
Oh yeah, that's why the Saturday's better.
Yeah.
Because then everybody just stays Saturday night and drive home Sundays. Instead of watch the race Sunday, drive home Sunday. It was just
I'm glad we were never in charge of like loading up the camper and shit like that, because
oh no.
I would have been miserable.
When me, Brandee, and other friends we used to go, we'd have to load it up. The worst part was they used to have first come first serve, and it was like $50 for the weekend. So instead of paying like $250 for a reserve spot, we do $50. But you had to go up there. They opened up the gates at like
Like Tuesday or
2
Wednesday.
a.m. No, well, yeah, it's like Friday morning, or sorry, like no, it was a Saturday before. So say if like NASCAR was next weekend, they would open it up midnight Saturday morning for the next weekend. So we'd have to go get in line Friday night, at 8, 9 o'clock at night until they open the gates and then go unload the trailer, then go back home.
Oh, what a beating! I think Cliff and Betty Claire used to go.
Yeah.
and that's what they would go there early and set up all their stuff.
Yeah.
but they did the fancy reserved campsite.
Oh,
they're,
sure.
They're in like the suite of campsites.
Oh yeah, the concrete, or the asphalt, the full
Yeah.
hookups. It's fenced off.
Like we're not allowed over
None of-
there.
Yeah, none of the basic people can get in there.
We're kept out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 'Cause you got to badge in. There's even like
Oh, my
Oh, I didn't know
card
that.
they give you. It has I don't back then it did. I think now it does. Then you badge in and the gate opens up and you go in and there's a little side access if you walk out the gate to go walk around or whatever. And the showers, they're public or like a big community of showers. And one year we were there, and for the whole weekend, no hot water.
Ooh.
So it's kind of cold because it was like, March, April, and you're like waiting there, and then you'd hop in and you'd hear people screaming because, I mean, it's so cold, and it's like, get your body wet, jump back into the area where the shower's not hitting you, soap in your hair or whatever, jump back in.
No. I'm out.
Then
Yeah,
that
that-
was not fun.
I'm glad I wasn't there for that because that would have been miserable.
And you're just at one point, you're like, I'm just going to, because I just washed my hair with a cup of water.
Yeah.
I'll go shower in there. I'm not doing that. One year it flooded. At the beginning, it was not very well set up.
Me and Troy once had battle shits.
Oh, yeah.
So
The whole stalls are open, and
The
Ricky
ba- and-
comes the one right next to me.
and the bathroom stalls, there's not just like 4 or 5. There's probably about 20 of them.
Oh yeah, so many. I'm like,
And
right
we're-
next to me.
Nobody's allowed to poop in the camper, obviously. Yeah, so I picked the one right next to Troy, and we just had fun conversations.
Yeah.
I think I even sent you a selfie of me pooping while you were pooping next to me.
One year we went to Talladega, and you kind of walk around, and so I was walking around with the friends that are with, and people will rent their own porta potties for their campsite just so they don't have to walk all the way to the public restroom, and they'll put a padlock on it, so keep it clean. So if there's 5 of you there, it's going to stay relatively clean. Well, they didn't have theirs locked, and it was Saturday night, the race on Sunday, so everybody's out there partying, and this guy asked, "Can he go in there?" And they tell him no. So he walks back, and he said, "I can't go in there." And his friend's like, "F that, I'm going in." He goes in, and they said, "Do not go in there." And he goes in there and shuts the door and locks it. So there's people with their own porta potty push it over, door down, and then roll it a couple rolls, and then open the door and let him out. And of course, he's covered in the blue water,
Oh, shit.
and he didn't really care.
God,
He was so drunk, he didn't even care.
I feel like that's most people at NASCAR.
That's the NASCAR thing to do.
They're going to have fun no matter what. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that infield spot we used to go to, they had their own porta potty as well.
Yeah, it's same setup. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, and I remember they were the same things. Like, this is mostly for girls and kids, or females and kids. I was like, that makes sense.
Because it is a long walk to go back to, like in the infield, to go to the public restroom. I mean, it's probably a 20-minute round trip walk.
Yeah, and so they're set up on the infield. They had a bus with a platform on the top of it,
Oh yeah.
where everybody would just climb up on the platform. That's how we watched the race.
Right.
And so, like I said, we took our ice chest over there, but we were kind of low on beers. And Troy's nephew, he was what, like,
10.
was he even
Something.
10? Like 8 or 10 years old at the time. Started finding other beers and just put them in our ice chest. And we're like, oh, well, now we have more beers. And then we finally saw him doing that. I was like, oh, that's why we're not running out of beers.
Yeah, I just assumed like Ricky, and he probably assumed I went and got more beer from, downstairs. And no, he would bring them up and whatever, and like 4 or 5 of them, and then just put them in our cooler. Because we were down to like 2 or 3, and I was like, oh, it's fine. We'll get more when we get back, or we can go down and ask that guy for
Yeah.
1 or 2. Next thing you know, there's like 12 more in there.
And because we brought our little cooler, but we also brought like an 18-pack as a backup, but we burnt through all those beers.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
you get there a couple hours before the race, because on the top of the bus it's first come first serve, so
Yeah.
you want to be at the railing, and so you're there for 6 hours at least.
Oh, and you got the scanner headset, so you could listen to the drivers talking to
Oh,
the pit
yeah.
crew and stuff. That was a lot of fun. I'm telling you, NASCAR's that can be a
You
lot
gotta go
of fun.
Desto.
Yeah. Have to put it on the bucket list.
So did y'all go anywhere else besides Talladega?
I've been to Phoenix, Darlington.
Is Darlington the small one?
It's shaped like a egg. It's got a real. Martinsville's that little. We've been there too. That's a little one.
Ah.
They have a fried bolo sandwich. It's like 1.5 inch thick with grilled onions and cheese if you want it on Texas toast. And Zach went. He ordered 3 of them because we're starving by the time he got there. He ate all 3 of them, and he was miserable the rest of the race. He thought he was going to throw up.
Yeah.
He didn't drink anything just because he ate 1.5 pounds of bologna.
That's a lot of bologna.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Bologna bread and onions.
Yeah.
That's why
like
it's
the thick bread.
Yeah, it's always good to not overeat if you plan on drinking for a while. Because if you do, you're just gonna be. You'll never lose that misery.
Yeah.
Because you're just adding more stuff on top of everything.
And then where else we go? Bristol, Charlotte. I want to go to the Vegas race.
Well,
Maybe in October for our anniversary. Brady's been trying to get me to go back to Vegas.
So I know we don't. Oh, that'd be fun. So I know we don't talk about a lot of topical stuff.
Yeah.
But did you see the news about Jerry Jones?
I did not.
Did you read the story, Troy?
No, I just got the Cliff Notes basically.
So recently they had that cheerleader thing.
Tell me about that.
Oh, you don't know about that either?
I guess not.
So, Rich what starts with D? I can't think of his name. What's his
Dalrymple.
name? Dalrymple. Rich Dalrymple, who's like the PR guy for the PR guy might not be the right term for the Cowboys. Like he's the one that is the middle guy for athletes and media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for not just athletes, like all the people in media. He's like that. He's that interim guy. Intern. What word am I trying to say here, Troy?
What's that?
What is his job?
Intern?
Like public, like Dalrymple?
Yeah.
He was like public
Okay.
relations.
Yeah, I have it right. I just
Yeah.
can't think of the right way to describe it. But yeah. Well, it came out about a month ago that 4 cheerleaders had a lawsuit pending against him a long time ago, like almost 10 years ago, of him taking pictures with his iPhone in the locker room while they're getting dressed.
Huh.
And they paid these girls off $400,000 each.
Damn.
And then a total of $2.4 million settled out of court settlement. So that came up. And my first thought was...
Recently. So it just came out about...
Yeah.
Yeah, that story just came out. So he
Okay.
retired in finger quotes like 2 weeks
Gotcha.
before that.
Okay.
And then the story came out. And he's like, oh, my retirement had nothing to do with that, which
Yeah.
he never... The story of him retiring didn't even come out until that story came out. I was like, yeah, but he retired 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So obviously, I think that's why he retired, right?
Oh yeah.
But he could also be a scapegoat for Jerry.
Yeah.
Like, he could be like, all right, you're taking the fall on this one, man. I'll pay for it, but you're taking the fall. If it ever comes out, it's on you.
Because those cheerleaders signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you hear that other cheerleader that was on the ticket a couple of times?
The one that used to be like
Yeah.
on a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader was like in charge of them or something.
Yeah, she used to be a Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys cheerleader. Now she does a podcast, and she was talking about how some of the girls were like, after they heard about this and didn't know it happened, is like, oh, that makes sense. That's why that so-and-so got a new car around then. And then a couple of girls were like, man, $400,000? That's not a bad payout for that.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, that's kind of a weird way to think about it, but it's kind of, a couple of pictures that nobody's ever seen. So the most recent thing is Jerry Jones, the owner, GM, president of the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, he now he has allegations against him from a girl saying he's her father.
She's 25.
She's 25.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to ask.
Ooh.
25.
How long? So he bought his wife that yacht just recently. That was within the last like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, the Eugenia,
Bravo Eugenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently her mom was a flight attendant or worked at the airport or something like that in Little Rock.
Oh, back to his
And-
hometown.
Yeah, and then so doesn't know if Jerry's wife knows about this. Was it a hush hush? Because apparently the mom got some money, but the daughter's like, well, I wasn't part of that
Yeah.
agreement. My mom did, not me.
Yeah.
Because she obviously was going to want 1/4 of whatever the other Jerry Jr. and Steven and Charlotte,
Yeah.
whatever they get.
So
Is she expecting to die soon or what?
she's
Yeah.
expecting Jerry Jones to die
That's what I'm
soon.
saying.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
needs to get in on that.
She wants to get in on now while she can. It's like she wants to get that money.
Maybe she can get him to close those curtains. Maybe that's what she wants. She don't want money. She just close the curtains.
Oh, somebody emailed into the Musers today talking about that, saying that it has to do with OSHA and the amount of light you have to have in there for safe exits. Like, absolutely, it does not.
Talking about the roof?
No, the curtains on the side windows.
Oh.
While the sun comes in.
Oh,
Yeah. And I was like, absolutely, it does not, because you can't use natural lighting as emergency evacuation lighting.
Exactly.
Because what if it's nighttime? Then sorry, you don't have no emergency exit.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna be stuck.
Yeah. So
That's bullshit.
yeah, I heard that. I was like, that's somebody trying to defend Jerry for some reason and calling bullshit out to the Musers and see if they'll believe this. And I can't believe they even talked about it because,
Yeah, I would have deleted that email.
like, as soon as I heard them saying that, I was like, this sounds so dumb. I got to pee. You want to take a quick break?
Yep. Let's take a quick break.
Troy, we're going to take a break.
10-4.
You want to stick around and go pee or whatever?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Okay, cool.
Tell
Wait.
Brandee to stop.
Stop yelling at us.
Well, that and I can tell she's reading a book. Stop flipping the pages so loud.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah.
I thought I heard her typing earlier.
Brandee Dustin says he can hear you flip the pages of the book.
Yeah.
He's like, is Brandee reading a book? Because I can hear her flipping
Yeah.
pages.
Tell her to stop flipping so loud.
I don't know how you heard that. I could not hear that.
I could.
All right, I'm going to go pee.
Hi, I'm Elena Sims, a Vice President at Community National Mortgage. I'm here to take care of all of your lending needs to finance your next home. Whether you're purchasing an existing home or working with a builder, I can help. For application information, you can visit my Facebook page at TX Lending Made Easy.
Elena Sims, NMLS 1193345.
Your mom's favorite equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Lindsay
And Amy.
with Rebel Bar Services.
We've worked together in the bar industry for 9 years, and now we're offering our expertise for private events.
We are TABC certified and available for anything from a backyard party, a wedding, corporate event, or even a funeral if that's the way you want to go out.
For more information or to get a quote, call or text us at 817-757-0547.
You can also email us at lindsaydeer@gmail.com. That's LINDZDEER@gmail.com.
Find us on Facebook at Revel Bartending and give us a like and follow. Revel Bar Services, your mom's favorite drink slingers.
Yeah, I feel like I need to venture back out and try crawfish again.
Why didn't you stop?
Well, I had an
Almost
allergic
died.
reaction. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I didn't almost die, but
How long ago was that?
2012?
probably around there.
Back in the denim days.
Yep. Denim. What was that place called? The Brick?
Yes, Brick in Washington.
Yeah.
In Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ate crawfish, and
It's
then
like $20 all you can eat or something like that, 25.
just to bring it full circle, I ended up having to shit in the restroom like 3 times in a row at the bar, and then like my skin started to turn red,
Yeah.
and I started to itch all over. He's like, "This is not normal." So I'm like, "I think I have to go back to the house because I'm miserable right now.
Yeah.
Like sitting here drinking beer, I'm miserable. Like I'm itching all over. My skin's starting to like burn." So I end up going back to their townhouse.
And he stayed in all night. Like, he didn't even come back out.
And you know me, I don't do that.
Yeah.
And they went ahead and charged your card for the whole bill.
Yeah. Because that was the next day, opening day. Or it might not have been opening day, but I think we were doing baseball, or for some reason we were doing baseball there. No, it wasn't opening day, because the opening day one was when Archie was there, and Archie wasn't there that time.
Oh, yeah. I think it's just maybe one of those weekend ticket packages that we bought.
Yeah. That's when the Astros still sucked and the Rangers were good, so we bought tickets to all the, like, so Troy's a Yankees fan. Obviously, I'm a Rangers fan. So we bought a little mini package of, I think, was it 7 games, including opening day?
Yeah, the all weekend games, or Friday, Saturday, or Sunday games.
Yeah. And there was, I think, 2 Yankee games, 3 Ranger games, including Rangers were opening day as well. And then just 2 other off games that were something else. But and they were cheap, too. Good seats, and they were cheap.
Because they were so bad.
Yeah. That little stadium they had was just empty. Have you ever been to that ballpark? Oh, we're back in, Troy, so we can just keep talking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's an okay stadium. The good thing is it's got the roof.
Yeah.
Like on Friday nights, they'd do fireworks, so we'd always get tickets on the first base side because they open that behind the train and shoot fireworks off, with downtown in the background. And instantly, as soon as they would, during the summer, open that up, it's just like, ugh, I'm ready to go. I don't even want to see these fireworks.
Yeah, I like that ballpark, and like when they opened the roof and did the fireworks, and you could see all of downtown with the fireworks like going in off in front of it. It was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Then they had the Minute Maid train with all the oranges that shuffled across the outfield every time they hit a home run. They don't have it now, but they used to have a little in the middle of center field,
Ugh.
a little like hump that raised up with a fucking flagpole right in the middle of it.
They called it Towels Hill.
Towels Hill. And when I say this is in the playing field,
Yeah.
there's legit a flagpole in the middle of the playing field where
Yeah.
fielders had to go catch balls.
You technically could run into the flagpole.
Yeah.
What was the purpose of it?
And I don't know. Obviously, there was none because they took it away.
And then behind that, you get to the warning track, and normally the wall's at the end of the warning track. Well, in that certain spot, the warning track was there, but then after that, you actually had to run uphill to the wall, like probably a 20-degree angle for another 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest design ever.
It was stupid. Yeah, and I don't know if Major League Baseball made them get rid of it or they just realized it was a dumb idea. Like, it didn't even bring any aesthetics to the stadium.
No, like,
It was just a weird thing that
Want to put
somebody
their
from...
stamp on it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I went to the new ball field in Arlington for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Not
Did
a
you
fan.
like it?
I'm not a fan.
ooh.
But I love the old one. I like the idea of having a roof and having air conditioning. That was nice because it was cold outside. So going in there and it's nice and warm. That was pretty cool. But it's reminded me so much of Minute Maid Park. Like it was no longer an original stadium anymore.
Yeah, because the outside looks similar because of the corrugated-looking metal look.
Yeah.
Did they nickname it the New Temple yet, or no?
No, not yet. I just call it the ball field. No one has claimed it's the new temple except for you,
Oh.
which I don't think you're allowed to make that claim because you're not a Rangers fan.
Oh.
Didn't y'all go to opening day in New York not too long ago? Was that last year?
Yeah, 2019.
29. So last year we went to spring
Yeah.
training. You also went to opening day in New York.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. Great weather. Did the whole ballpark tour and all that stuff.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, I had one of our office admin, our office manager, asked me if I knew of any good places to go in New York. I was like, and I don't know why she thought I travel a lot. I was like, I just go to Colorado a lot. But she assumed I would know good places to go in New York. I was like, I'm not the right person to ask, but I can ask other people and let you know.
We'll be there in a couple weeks.
Y'all are going back again?
Yeah. The 7th, I think it is, whatever that weekend is. Not Good Friday weekend, but the weekend before.
Okay, so here in April,
Yeah.
when y'all start getting booked up for everything.
Yeah, we're pretty jammed.
So when y'all going to Vegas?
The 19th of June.
And then
No, I'm sorry, the weekend before that, so like the 12th, whatever that weekend is.
the 19th is Mexico.
The 19th is Mexico.
Y'all have too many damn trips.
Yep.
I wish I could go on all of them, but I can't.
I mean, Ford must have played really good.
And then Nolan's the weekend before Memorial Weekend.
For your birthday?
Yeah, and then Memorial Weekend, we're gonna go somewhere. We haven't decided if we're gonna go to like a hot springs, like Glenwood Springs, or
Memorial Weekend, we're going to Casey's.
oh, never mind. Memorial Weekend, we're going to Houston. I forgot about that.
Ah. Yeah, I
And then
know.
the first weekend of Houston, first weekend of May, we're also going to Houston then too.
Jeez. What-
I mean, May is, and then the 14th, Eli will be here to go to Red Rocks. May is completely full. We have no weekends open.
There's so much background activity
She's
going
feeding the
on.
cats.
Yeah, I can tell.
She's eating ice cream.
She's eating ice cream.
Oh,
Y'all need to
my
turn
God.
y'all background sound
Ooh,
down.
We had. She said she's the technical engineer over here.
I'm living
sounds
my
like-
life over here reading and eating ice cream.
No, you're fine. It's nothing to do on. We can't fix it on our end. It's Troy's microphone with the headset. Stop it!
Oh my
It's the headset
God.
picking everything
Did
up.
they hear me burping earlier?
Yes, I did.
Yes, they said knock it off.
No, she don't have to knock anything off. She's fine. Tell her we can call her. She can be on the podcast too.
You wanted to call you? You can be on the podcast too.
Nah, I'm reading.
She's reading some stupid book.
It's
The girl in the corner office.
so good.
Is that what it's called?
Don't worry about my book.
Oh no, it's Mein Kampf. It's an autograph version.
She got the autograph version of Mein Kampf.
Didn't Didn't somebody get Bob a version of it?
No, I think somebody got Dan a version of it, but
And he threw it in the dumpster.
No. Dan gave it to Corby.
But I thought, was it Bob that somebody got Bob a book, something similar to that, and they were out, and he's like, if I drive home and I get in a wreck and die, they're gonna think I'm this person that's wanted Mein Kampf, or maybe maybe it was Dan,
No, I think you're right. It was Bob.
and he threw it in the dumpster at the restaurant or wherever they were, bar, wherever they were at.
And then there's another one where when Norm wrote his book about the Cowboys, the greatest team ever, or whatever it's called.
Have you read it?
I have not. I bought the copy from my dad, so he has it, but I've never read it. I can't read. And so Norm autographed a copy and gave it to everybody at the ticket. And,
Oh my God.
And the one he gave Corby, somebody found it at half price books a little bit after that. Like he just got rid of it. He's like, I don't need this fucking book.
Just donated it.
Yeah. Dustin, what you doing over there?
I don't do anything. I'm thinking about that chicken spaghetti.
Yeah, you haven't said much. Are you hangry again?
No, not hungry.
Is chicken spaghetti with red sauce or white sauce?
Yellow sauce?
Yeah, yellow sauce.
Is it like a garlic butter sauce?
I don't know what she does. It's one of my friends. She makes it and somehow always makes two pans.
They both snickered. She's like, ready?
All right, so what are we going to do when I'm there next week?
So hopefully you fly it's on time on Wednesday.
Yeah, so I'll land around
Ride the
8.
train.
We'll probably have you ride the train,
Okay.
100% ride the train.
just because it's boom on the train and it drops you off
Sounds like 100% I'm riding the train.
like
A mile away.
a mile away, if that, and then you can ride a scooter or we can pick you up.
Ooh.
If you ride a scooter, we need you to go like Insta or Facebook Live and hold your phone up with one hand. That way, if you wreck, we can see you wreck. And then probably go to the beer garden on was that Wednesday,
So-
Thursday.
Yeah, I figured y'all could just pick me up. We go straight to the bars.
That's what I have jokes.
He said, Brandee said, what if we pick him up and just go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Gross.
Oh yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings you need to say for Thursday because then it's
I don't like that place anymore.
Will they-
Overrated.
Will they have green beers?
Ooh, they might. We can bring our own food coloring.
Huh.
And then Friday is from 9 to midnight, all you can drink.
Yeah.
And if you work, I do have a massage appointment
Oh my
Thursday
Lord.
morning. I mean, the
You
first day I'm
bougie
unemployed.
bitch.
First day I'm unemployed, go get the massage. And then when I come back, Brandon will probably still be working. Me and Ricky go get some St. Patty's Day beers.
Oh yeah. Then I can do a little work that morning, assuming I don't want to vacation and sleep the entire time.
Yeah, my appointment's like at 9 or 9:30, so I'll be back by.
About
It's a
noon.
2-hour appointment. Be back by noon.
Okay. So you start your new job the following Monday.
Correct. And
Yeah.
it's 2 weeks of onboard and training, so i.e. 2 weeks of watching TV. I bought the mouse thing that you plug it in and it vibrates, so it looks like you're always on. It came in last week.
I saw one, a Snapchat, not a Snapchat, a TikTok of someone tied their mouse to their little Roomba vacuum. They were just going around. It was like when the boss wants to make sure you're working all day. So
He
just-
says he doesn't
It's
check.
wild.
In like the interview, he's like, I'm not one of the managers always looks at, your teams and make sure your little dot's not yellow. Well, I'm like, well, I've already got one of the mouse shakers, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, explain this mouse shaker.
So it's, I haven't opened it, but I found it on TikTok. So it looks like a mouse pad, but it has like little sides to it, so the mouse can't fall out. So you've got your normal mouse, and then you've got, you plug it in the wall, and it just barely vibrates the pad, so it feels like it makes it look like you're moving the mouse.
Like
so,
constantly or just
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so
they can look at your screen and tell if you haven't touched your mouse at all.
Right.
yeah, so like if you log into Microsoft Teams or Zoom or whatever, if you're been moving your mouse, I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes or whatever the time is, you're green. If you haven't moved it, say 15 minutes, it turns yellow. And then if you're offline, I think it grays out. And then if you're like in meetings and stuff, it'll turn red or whatever. that like you're in a meeting or your calendar says you're busy.
So they
So what
can't
Brent-
tell where you're moving your mouse
No.
on the
Correct.
computer. It just has to be moving.
They can't tell how
Yeah.
often you're moving it or where you're moving it. They can just tell if you're being idle.
Gotcha.
And so if he's back there watching TV, you can just have it moving around.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to worry about going yellow.
Turn on your
Legal
vibrator.
in Washington,
Brandee probably does.
Yes.
I think it is.
What is?
Pot is legal in
Yeah.
Washington, yes.
Brandee she just makes her whole
Or
calendar
at least Oregon.
like she's busy. Not personal time, whatever.
Working and
Work-
working.
But she makes all these little calendar things, so then it's like,
So it looks like
Her-
she's always busy. Nobody
Yes.
can interrupt her. It's like, oh, sorry, I got stuff planned right now.
yeah. Because then her little MS Teams is red and it says busy. That means she's in a meeting or she's busy.
Whether she's in a meeting or not, that's pretty genius.
Hey, can you tell her to turn her phone on silent?
Why are you so worried about her all of a sudden?
Brandee, turn your phone on silent.
I'm waiting on important work stuff. So
It's like 7 o'clock here.
yeah, but in Washington D.C.,
Oh.
Washington State, it's not.
Uh-oh, that must be somebody did pot at work.
I feel like we can hear Brandee better than we can hear Troy.
I know. That's what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
and the mic is, maybe that's what it, the mic's like, well, she is loud. She's a Leon. Or the Durham.
You're so loud. You're louder than I am right now.
They said they can hear you better than me.
I can't.
That's because
Every
that's
move
my
she
microphone
makes.
and it picks up my voice.
It's trained to
It
pick up
knows
her
me.
voice.
It's like Siri.
She said this,
And Alexa.
this is her headset. It's trained to only pick up her voice.
Oh, we heard. We heard it
Doesn't
loud and
know
clear.
how.
Oh,
really.
I didn't have to repeat it. They already heard.
Can I talk clearly?
She talks very clearly. Yeah.
They could hear you typing earlier even after you shut the door.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
did.
I
could.
wasn't typing.
I
What
heard
were you
typing.
doing?
I was on a phone call.
Oh.
So you're lying.
No.
I thought I heard
heard-
typing at some point. Troy, were you typing anything?
No. I haven't typed
I'm
anything.
typing now on my iPad.
I cannot wait to be sending out snaps of Brandee typing like this.
Oh,
I'm
her
typing.
her keyboard is so loud.
Did you get his quiet keyboard?
I have a quiet keyboard.
Oh, it's not
Did
that quiet.
That's not that quiet. Did they make a quieter one?
You can shut the fuck up.
We can't use profanity, Brandee. We're on the radio.
They said I could.
She knows the rules. Yeah, I'll gift her a keyboard like I have that is super quiet. Like,
Is it kind of like like how the Apples are? Like a desktop. Those things are super quiet.
are they? I don't think I've ever messed with an Apple keypad. It's kind of like very similar to like a laptop. So like you hit the buttons, but they don't. It's not that loud clicking, 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 clicking.
I'm gonna use the TV when I have to do like drawings and stuff. I'm gonna use what is this, like 80-inch TV Brandee as my drawings so I can lay my recliner.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
that's smart.
That's on our third level. We only have.
He left again. You can't talk to him. I told you he does this to me all the time. When we're
Dustin
talking to
just
somebody on the
leaves.
phone, he'll just take a headset off and leave and walk away, and then
Number one and number two.
Do you have to go
And-
number 1 or number 2?
I'll ask him when he gets back. And then I always I tell this to people who try to interact with us while we're talking in the microphones, like it's better and less distracting if you just say something to us instead of trying to mouth something, because then we stop focusing on what we're doing. It distracts everybody instead of saying, "Hey, I need this or this." So he slowly took his headset off, looked at me, and then just walked away. I was like, "Just say you're walking away. That way we know.
Yeah.
That way, especially you. Like you can't see him walking away. That way you know he's
He
not
needs to
here."
have the MS Teams on his.
Yeah.
So when his goes red, we know he's away.
Yeah, Dustin. As soon as you walked away, Troy started talking to you. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, I tell everybody, it's
To me?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you
and
saying?
Then I told him, I was like, I tell everybody that it's easier for you just to say something than just do something and try to sneak away or get our attention without talking, because it's more distracting that way. So yeah. So what were you telling about your third story?
So our third level, we only have a wine fridge, a wet bar, like our 80-inch TV, and 2 recliners, and that is it.
What am I going to sit on? I guess Brandee can sit on the floor.
And we'll bring the lawn chair in here
Yeah, she can sit on the lawn chair.
for he said for you, Brandee.
Yeah.
No, this is mine.
Whoa.
With
They
as
can't
much
hear
noise
you.
as
They
she's
can't hear you
making,
more.
as much noise she's making, I don't believe that that's all you have up there.
That's why
No.
all the sound carries.
Brandy's just loud. It probably got much quieter because the fridge just turned off.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, definitely did.
It did.
Because I'm leaned way back in the recliner, and my head's probably, I don't know, a foot from the wine fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was pretty loud. That microphone picks up a lot.
Yeah.
Which ours are made to not pick up background noise.
Except Ricky.
Well, yeah, 'cause apparently I talk loud.
It's the Durham.
Yeah. Dustin's super quiet. I'm super loud. It's a tough edit. It's tough to edit these
tough
shows.
edit. But it's all worth it.
It's all worth it.
Teresa, Linda, Kathy, they're all loud. It must be like the Durham gene, but only mostly on the women's side. Because
Have you ever heard Uncle Jerry and Uncle James? Everyone's loud.
They're all loud.
they're not quite as loud.
Linda's
and
loud.
Teresa.
All loud.
Teresa's never loud. Not to me. She always talks quiet. That's quiet. And I think she does it to fuck with me.
Oh.
She always like whispers to me, talks quiet, just so I can say I
Make
can
you
never
think
hear you.
that.
And then I was like, Mom, I can't hear you. Then she'll get mad. He's like, you always tell me you can't hear me. He's like, yeah, because I can't. Stop whispering to me. I know you can talk loud. I've heard you yell. You yell
She's been
about
trolling me
everything.
for years. Troll level expert.
And that might, oh, she probably is. She's got that weird sense of humor that she would fuck with me like that and never tell me.
She's probably like, you know what I'm gonna start doing? I want to like whisper real quietly so Ricky can't hear me. And like, what? You can't hear me?
Yeah,
And
then
then now
yeah.
that she has to wear mask, or back in the mask days, she's like, he's really not gonna know what I'm saying.
Oh, I never did. And when she's talking to me, I just do the common, just nod and agree with whatever.
Oh yeah. Yep.
No telling what she's saying to me half the time.
That's probably why you're always like, you said you were gonna come over and fix the pool or the TV or whatever. I don't remember this. You said
Like
yeah.
you said, yeah. Yeah, she probably tricks me like that all the time. She's very smart. She's very smart. So you're working from home at your new job, like completely? You never have to go
Oh,
to the
yeah.
office?
The office is in Wisconsin, so
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
no, maybe travel once a year, maybe twice a year. Obviously, when you get the okay. But like my boss lives in Knoxville, and a couple of the other people live. One lives in California. I can't remember. He said the other one lives at. We can live wherever. Move back to Texas. Brady said.
I don't think Brandee will ever want to move back to Texas.
I don't think so. I've been trying.
Oh, please. That is the biggest lie.
Oh, man. Oh, we should talk about our drive from Houston to Colorado.
Oh yeah, that was.
Like, it wasn't all that adventurous. The drive wasn't.
No, because I remember I had that headache, and I wasn't. I had this head. Dustin had a headache for 2 months.
Yeah.
We went to Mexico. It hurt then. It ruined our vacation because I just could never get comfortable, and I couldn't go to the doctor because it's going to be either a tumor or they have to do MRI.
Oh, my God, please.
So I finally went. I finally just like, you know what, and they gave me some like steroid pills, like a steroid pack and some anti-inflammatories. 4 days later, it was gone, like completely gone.
And
one
you
day,
lived with it for like 6 weeks.
yeah, at least 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because he was too ridiculous to go to the doctor.
I drove.
Men.
Is she still talking?
No, I told her to zip it.
Oh, she can keep talking. It just sucks because she can't hear us.
Yeah.
How'd that
Yeah.
go? How's that working out?
So I drove from
Stop
here.
talking to me, I'm reading.
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, we know.
So I drove from here down to Houston. That was on, I think, a Wednesday night. Then we went out, had a couple beers. I worked from Houston Thursday. Did you work that Thursday?
Yeah, I worked, and then I ended 3 o'clock or something like that.
Okay, and then around 7 p.m. we left Houston, just me and Troy, in his old Audi, like whatever, his old car, and we just drove straight through all the way to Denver. Got there around
Plus, around
10 or 11.
Yeah, right. Because we went and looked at those couple of those rent houses, and then that apartment that we ended up moving into.
Yeah, we never looked at the one y'all moved into.
We just drove by the area. Yeah.
Yeah. We
We
looked
had
at
that weird people that were outside.
Yeah.
Of that one.
She was an old lady. Her husband had dementia.
She's like, "Oh, y'all from Texas?" And I was like, "Yeah, you kind of be nice." And she's like, I looked at the husband, and she's like, "Oh, don't mind him. He's got dementia."
Oh,
And
Lord.
as we were pulling up, she was talking to someone else who was leaving. So it was like, that's probably her daughter or something. No, she just talks to everybody because
Yeah.
her dementia husband probably can't have a conversation with her. And he probably didn't even have dementia. He's just faking
He's
like,
just faking it.
this is the only way I can get this bitch to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Let her talk to everybody else. I don't care. And she was like, yeah, we live here. It's so nice. And we went and saw the apartment. Like, we looked at one of them.
Yeah.
They were not nice.
Huh.
Like, it
Wow.
smelled like an old apartment. It had old carpet.
yeah.
Shit.
it was pretty bad.
Huh.
The little houses we looked at were pretty cool.
Yeah, but then they didn't have air conditioning in them.
Oh, I didn't realize none of them they didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah, I didn't realize until after the fact, and until we were going to move out of the apartment. Brandy's like, "What about those houses y'all saw?" So I looked at them again, and at least from when I actually looked into them, no AC.
Yeah, now to think about it, they probably didn't.
Yeah, I'm like, nope.
Huh.
I mean, it's only probably 2 or 3 weeks worth of hot weather.
Yeah, you still
But
don't.
with
And,
Brandy working from home, that's not.
yeah, that's the thing. Like at night, it's fine; it'll cool off.
Yeah.
But if you're working from home, then it's gonna suck. So
That's Brandy.
we where we were staying, and I think where Troy stayed for the first couple of months he lived there, was an hour and a half away from Denver.
Yeah, a good solid hour 15 from downtown.
Hour 15 minutes. So we get there and we're tired. Like
And hungry.
we're tired and hungry, but we can't. We have to go see these places at a certain time.
Right.
So it's not like we could just jump up, drive up an hour and 15 minutes there just to come back and drive back.
Yeah.
So we're kind of waited around, went and saw the little houses. Because the houses, they just gave us codes. Like we didn't have to meet anybody there.
Yeah, super convenient.
So they gave us code to get in. It took a while to figure out because, when you're tired brain, it's hard to follow
Yeah.
instructions sometimes.
Right.
So we're like, what the fuck? This is not working. And finally, we stopped and looked at it. Oh, it makes total sense now.
Huh.
Wasn't reading it all the way through.
Yeah. So we went and looked at a few of those, and then that one apartment complex, and then we drove by the one they ended up moving to, which it looked very nice, and they were nice. They were very nice
It
apartments,
was nice.
brand
We just
new.
didn't like. There was really nothing over there. It was
Yeah.
a bunch of chain, fast food stuff. So we had to.
Yeah. So then we spent about an hour and a half looking at these places, then driving up to Silverton or wherever it is where we're staying.
Oh, Windsor.
Windsor. That's it. And why did I say Silverton? What is that from?
That's in place in Colorado. It's like southwest, kind of by Durango.
Okay. At least I had the right state.
Yeah.
I had a city in the right state. And then we ended up eating at Chili's there.
Yeah, yeah. When in Colorado, Chili's.
Got to go to Chili's.
Why?
It's
it
a
different?
local favorite, man.
Chili's is different in Colorado than it is here.
It's Colorado
Yeah.
Chili's.
I don't get it.
It's Mile High Chili's.
Yeah.
I don't
You've
get
never
it.
had Mile High Chili's?
No.
Oh, well,
I don't get it.
we get there. I drink a Bloody Mary, maybe a beer, and then as we're leaving, we're like, "Hey, can we get to go beers?" Because it was at the time, I was like, "No." I was like, "Y'all can pay out, go to your car, order them. I can bring them to you,
That is the dumbest
but I can't
thing.
just give it to you and let you take it with you."
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
Because we already had one. to
"Yeah,"
drink there.
because we already drank there.
Okay.
And I was like, "Well, the brewery doesn't do that. They just let me take whatever I want,
They don't
whenever
give
I
a
want." So then we ended up getting back to the house about 3:00.
Yeah, and we had probably about an hour and a half before my friends that live up there before they got home.
Yeah, and they didn't know I was coming. The guy didn't know I was coming,
Oh yeah,
so I was a surprise. And then, I slept for about 2 hours, and then he got there, so I jumped up and I yelled at him to stop making so much noise. And he came to the room I'm staying in, and he gave me a big old hug. He was excited I was there. Was that the night we cooked out?
oh, when you couldn't feel your legs anymore when you're trying to walk back in.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. We had friends over. He cooked the ribs in the bag in the oven.
Oh yeah,
Then we ended up sleeping for a couple hours. I think I might have slept a little bit after that, but not much. Then I took a shower. So running on 3, maybe 4 hours of sleep.
like
Yeah.
on fumes.
Yeah, and then we ended up staying up till. And I was like, I'll stay up for a little bit, go to bed at 9. Ended up staying up till like almost midnight, 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And then moving day, they didn't move till
Jeez.
December. So this was a couple months later. They're actually moving. Troy's working in Colorado. He
Yeah.
works all day, flies back to Houston.
Linda Houston around 9.
Was it 9?
PM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
The U-Haul is already loaded. Everything's loaded up. So all he has to do is get in the U-Haul and start driving.
Right.
So he's like, and I told him the week before was Thanksgiving. I always spend Thanksgiving with them. And they're figuring out their moving plans. I was like, well, let me look at flights home because he had to stop in Burleson anyways to drop stuff off. It's like, maybe I can just find a flight, and if they're cheap enough, I'll just fly home.
Right.
And I'll drive with you and fly home. So I looked at flights. First I looked at Southwest, it was like $45. Like, that is nothing.
Huh.
Then I looked at American, it was $23.
Oh, shit.
It's like, $23 for, maybe it's $26. It's like, I will buy a plane ticket right now. So I did. So Troy picked me up about 1:30, 2:00 in the morning. And we're like, we'll go as long as we can and if we need to, we'll stop somewhere. And we're not taking the shortest route because we're in the F650 24-foot long truck.
Right.
They would only go 75 max.
Yeah. And so we go through the Oklahoma way where the roads suck.
Ugh.
And then we thought they sucked until we got into Denver.
Well, yeah, when we were first crossing to Denver and like Limon, I thought the rear axle just fell out underneath the truck because it drops like 6-8 inches, like the state line.
Yeah.
It's like boom.
It's like they couldn't agree on what height to put the road at.
Oh my God.
So they just bumped them up together and didn't plan very properly. And then it was just boom, 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 boom for the next like 4 miles. Just miserable.
Because all the expansion joints.
Yeah.
Ka-dunk, ka-dunk.
God, so miserable. And then we finally get.
We have to stop like every 2 hours to fill up.
Yeah.
Because, this big truck doesn't get very good fuel miles because it's a gas engine.
Yeah, it's gas, not diesel.
Yeah.
It's just burning through gas. And, limited speed. We weren't allowed to smoke in there. Cigarette time?
You smoked in there.
We smoked cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Brandee made his little care packages that had a bunch of snacks in there, like
Slim
a bunch of
Jims.
Slim Jims.
Beef jerky.
Yeah,
What else is in there? Chips,
fruit snacks,
fruit snacks.
Funyuns. She took care of us.
Yeah, because you don't eat on the road because then you get tired. You just snacks.
Yeah, just snacks and snacks, just enough to keep you going. So we finally get into Denver, and their apartment's not going to be ready till the next day. So and Brandee drove separately. She left before Troy.
I passed her. She was like in Thackerville or somewhere right around there.
Yeah. And she was driving with her and their 3 cats. And she stopped somewhere, stayed overnight. She wasn't going to drive all the way through by herself. So we get there probably about 2 o'clock. Is that about right? 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Time doesn't matter. It's
Because the sun was still up because the sun sets like 4:30
Yeah.
in December.
And it is cold outside. And all I'm wearing is like wind pants. Like I didn't bring anything because it wasn't like a trip where we're coming to go hang out and stuff. So I'm like, I don't need much. So we check into the hotel. We go across the street to this taco place. And it's only outside seating.
Oh.
Because it's still the pandy.
It's still the pandemic. And, Colorado goes by county and the percentage of cases they have.
Uh-huh.
So every county could be different. And this particular one is like, you can't eat inside. That's the whole thing. You come inside, use the restroom, but you have to sit outside. So
There was a fire pit, but obviously we
It's-
didn't.
it's
get there in
taken.
Yeah.
time.
and it's all metal fucking chairs.
So cold.
So you sit on the metal chair, and instantly it's like everything's cold. Like I'm
Yeah.
not wearing jeans, so I don't have that much insulation anyways. It's just
Right.
wind pants. And just imagine your balls touching freezing metal.
Yeah.
That's
Stuff.
basically what it was. And you sit there for about 20 minutes, and it finally adjusts to your body temperature.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you stand up to go pee, like you'll go to the bathroom, go pee, come right back out. You could be gone for 30 seconds, and it doesn't take any time to cool off again.
Yeah.
Like it gets freezing fucking cold right away.
Yeah.
I would just go in there, act like I was going to the restroom just so I could wash my hands in hot water.
Yeah.
And then get my hands underneath the dryer and stay in there for like 10 minutes. And then I'm like, oh, I'm fine now. And then go outside and it's like, all right, I got about 30 minutes. I'll be cold again.
Yeah. So we eat some tacos. The hatch green chili there was really good. Was that what it's called? Hatch
Yeah.
green chili? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really good.
And then Brandee, she's way behind us.
Yeah.
She shows up at like 7 or 8.
Yeah. Good for at least 4 to 5 hours after us.
30.
And she is so mad at us
She
because
is so mad at us.
we're kind of drunk. She's hangry. It's a bad combination of everything. So
Yeah.
they're like, so we pay out. It's like, come over here. The tacos are good. It's like, I want my pizza. And so,
That's a very good description.
She is so mad.
so we end up going back to the hotel, and I don't go get mod pizza. I was like,
my
'cause
pizza's right next to the taco place
Yeah.
we were just at.
Oh, my pizza's so good.
It is good.
it is good. And so I'm like, I'll drink beers at the bar here at the hotel because they told us the hotel bar is, you can drink whatever you want. And so there's no bartender or anything. So I asked the lady up front, I was like, do you have a bartender or is this open? Do I have to go drink? No, she's like, I'll be the bartender. I'll come over there. And so she's talking to me. She's like, you can't stay in here and drink. You have to go on the patio. I'm like, all right.
So dumb.
Back to the patio.
So, then she gives me a beer and she starts talking to me. So then because I ordered, I think I ordered 4 Coors Lights. So that way you don't have to order them over and over and over.
Right.
Like, well, you can leave, I'll keep them in the cooler. You just come back and let me know when you want them. So then she ended up just started talking to me, like bullshitting with me, and I never left. Then I started ordering, like, let me try a couple of local beers. So I drank a couple of local beers. I probably was there for 2 fucking hours.
Huh.
And then it wasn't until Brandee came back with leftover pizza and a ding dong, or what are they called? The
No-name cakes.
The no name cakes from Mod Pizza. And she's like, "Hey, we got this for you." And the lady realized, like, I think this is against protocol. I shouldn't be staying here talking to you this whole time.
Yeah.
I was like,
Brandee,
all right.
Brandee just said that the bartender tells you, stop talking to me. You can't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, she legit just said that to me. I was like, you haven't had a problem the last 3 hours, but now all of a sudden,
Shit. That's
and-
ridiculous.
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go outside. We would just make sure nobody steals my pizza, and then I had to go and getting up, and I was done after that. It was probably good timing, anyways. I was fucking tired. And the next day, the movers came, moved everything in.
You went to the brewery that night?
Yeah. Oh, I like that little brewery too.
Unless they close at like random times. They're like, oh, we're going to close
Oh,
at 9.
yeah, we're gonna close at 10 tonight. It's like, this is dumb. Like fucking Red Rivers in Houston on Wednesday night before Thanksgiving.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
They really screwed us.
I could go for Red River Pizza right now, though.
Pizzas. That pizza and the old Overtime Pizza,
But they're very similar, yeah.
very similar, and just great bar pizza. It comes out so hot, but you don't
I
want to
love
wait
pizza.
to eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should order pizza one day, Mr.
Burn
Jim,
your
Sticky
mouth
Fingers.
off.
Yeah, you can tell the quality of pizza is by if you're willing to burn your mouth on it with it or not.
It's true.
Like if you're like, this is so good, I don't care if my mouth is on it, just burns. As long as you get that first taste of delicious pizza.
Maybe next morning that skin's hanging in the roof of your
Oh,
mouth.
I hate that. We've been working in Dallas. It's off of 75, and there's this place called Brothers Pizza, and it's this guy. He's got to be Italian. I mean, he's pretty tall dude, and he's back there in the whole. Every time I've ever been there, he's turning the crust, like he hand makes all that
It's like
shit.
like throwing it up and
Flipping
spinning
it?
it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
And then he's putting it in the oven and all that. So, I mean, he makes every single pizza that comes out of that place. I think it's just him and his wife because it's the same 2 people in there every time. But, man, it's some good stuff. 2 slices and a drink for $7
a
or
good
something
deal.
like that.
So there's that Little Brothers by Albertsons. It's probably not the same, but
No, I
That-
don't think so.
I like going there because you can get it by the slice too. And-
Really?
Yeah.
No, these are big slices.
Yeah, there's big slices too at that Little Brothers, but they don't have beer anymore. Like they
Oh,
used to have
yeah.
some beers on tap, they don't have beers anymore.
Huh.
Hey.
We'll go to this, when you come here, Ricky, we'll go to this, it's called like 48. What's the name of that place, Brandee?
38.
38. So it's a brewery, and I've been going there drinking there. I like sour beers, but then I've been drinking mimosas and everything else because I'm like, they don't have,
Basic.
a basic beer. I'm gonna have some sours, but if I'm gonna just have a bunch of beers, I just need to go back to basic. It can be Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite. At that point, I won't be picky. So we're there having brunch that turned into 7 hours on a Sunday, and about 4 hours into it, Carrie, Brandy's friend, goes, "They have a Coors Light sign in there. Are you sure they don't have Coors Light?" And I'm like, "Are you effing?" Because this is the 3rd time we've been there, or 2nd time.
That's pretty funny.
And they have Coors Light. And this place is awesome. This is the one that has the little, I think Brandon may have told y'all about it. You put basically your card on file and they give you a wristband
Oh,
with
yeah.
like a little chip.
Uh-huh.
So this is that place. And they have limited food. They have pizza. So, I mean, what else do you really need? Then they have like sandwiches and burger, a fried bologna sandwich. But the pizza is like a quarter of a whole pizza for $7.
That's
It is huge, so you have to give that a try. It's pretty good, but they have Coors Light and they have some good sour beers. Go check that out.
so. How far away from the Owl do y'all live?
I would say the Owl is halfway
We're not going there.
between where we used to live and now.
Tell her it's my birthday celebration. We're going.
Oh,
wherever.
it is his birthday celebration, Brandee.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
Yes, it
March.
is.
You just got the Brandee eye roll.
It's still my birthday celebration. We can go to the Owl if we want to.
But we are going to that pickle bar because we keep.
Oh, yeah. We can-
'cause
we-
kept a couple times. Obviously we live a little further from downtown, so it's kind of a pain to come here, or all the way to downtown. But now we can go to the pickle bar.
Yeah,
all the
we,
shots.
we can go to the pickle bar instead of the Owl. I'm okay with that. I want to try all the different pickle stuff. The pickle Bloody Mary.
Yeah, that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Horseradish pickles.
Ooh, I wonder if they have a mustard relish pickle beer.
Ooh, you should bring some of the jar of it, or like get a jar you some of that beer and bring it here, and then pour it in your pickle shot.
I could probably mail you like a 4-pack, and it'll be there by the time I get there.
You do that.
Do you want to try it? I'll send some if you want to try it.
I do want to try it. If not, I'm pretty sure we'll probably be there for the birthday celebration on the, what is that, the 26th?
26th. Okay, so y'all probably gonna come in town for that.
Yeah, we'll talk. We're gonna talk about it tonight. More than likely, we'll probably end up flying out Monday at some point.
Yeah, and it's really stupid because it's not like the Sunday flights are just super expensive. There's just none of them.
Well, we looked only on. I think I looked on Southwest. I'm sure that's where she looked. It was like $380 one way to come back
On
but
Sunday?
Monday, yeah, but Monday was like $150.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm flying. Well, one of the reasons I'm flying on Monday, I probably waited too long, and a lot of the flights got sold out on Sunday, anyways. But even
Yeah.
when they had multiple flights, most of them were.
I'm going. I just gotta figure out how.
Tell,
You should do a work trip, Brandee. That way, you can get the rent a car for free.
No,
Oh.
because it's a weekend.
Oh. We're gonna fly there on Thursday, all right? We got to go to the brewery on Thursday. I work from home.
yeah. Work. You have to work there
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, and Monday.
What is this? I'm so confused.
What?
When they coming? Are they coming to town
Oh,
here?
for
My grandma's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha.
They're gonna be. I'll send you the information. Birthday party at Walter's house.
I
Gotcha.
think it's 90, right?
I think
Is
it's
that right?
90.
Yeah, it's got to be because 2012. Is it 90, right, Brandee?
Yes, you already asked me that today.
Yeah, because 2012 St. Patty's Day was canceled in Dallas because we had to go there.
She's so annoyed with you right now.
But she's trying to read this book.
Oh, we know. She's on page 294.
We've counted every page flip.
Are you on page 294, Brandee?
No.
What
Why?
page? What page number are you on?
380.
Oh, I was so close.
They,
Son of
they,
a
they,
bitch.
they, well, maybe she was already on 100 when y'all got here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably where
They
it was.
counted 290 page flips. Yeah, but if I make it on Thursday, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we do
Dude.
brewery on Thursday. It's been
For sure.
it's been a while since you've been there.
Yeah.
Since Christmas time. Hell, I don't go to the brewery that often anymore.
I try not to.
We went last week.
I get tied up.
Yeah, it's hard to leave the brewery once we're there. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Like it's hard to go just for a couple of beers and like
Yeah.
now, and it's not even us just planning on it. It's like they guilt us into staying. It's like it's
Wow.
Sweet Sid is the worst at it. Shows him is like, this is probably the shortest amount of time you've been here. I was like, you motherfucker, now have to stay just because you
Or then
said that.
or halfway, you're planning on leaving at like say 10 or 9
yeah.
or whatever, and then somebody else, whoever shows up at like
Yeah.
8,
Yep.
8:30, then you feel bad about it. Well, I guess I'll stay a little longer.
Literally, half the time leaving is the worst part because you got to go tell everybody bye.
Yeah, and then
just
you're like,
go
well, I
for-
might as well get one more.
Yeah, one more. That's always one more.
And then, unless you tell them to stop bringing your beers, they're going to keep bringing us
Yeah.
beers. We have to.
Oh yeah, because otherwise we play the Chipmunk songs.
The Baby Shark.
Well, see, we're actually
Yeah, Baby
like
Shark.
there.
They love me. And
They love us.
They know I play Baby Shark, and they still love me. Well, and now we found better versions of it, which is even more fun.
That was what 5, 4.
I think there was 5. The Madarachi one is pretty awesome.
And then one is that the one that's like there's an EDM, not an EDM version, but there's one that's got
It's a dance remix, yeah.
dance remix. Yeah.
So the Madarachi one, it starts with a guy saying, now one for the Niños. And then he goes into his accordion Baby Shark
That's
version.
funny.
I think, was there a metal one? I feel like there was a
know.
metal one too. Maybe not on the jukebox there, but I definitely have heard a metal one.
I wish they had that song that the ticket was playing that Beavis and Butthead used to play.
Oh.
So cold in the D.
Oh, we should look that one up. I bet they probably do. But I don't know I don't know anything about that song except what they play on the ticket.
I googled it after they played it that last year or whatever, and I think I have it saved. Who plays it? We can find it. It's
Yeah.
a good song.
Yeah, I like playing that and like TV show theme songs,
Yeah.
The Chipmunks Christmas themes. Those are Brandy's favorite.
or like the
Toast.
random Monster Mash, which people say you can't play the Monster Mash all year, but that's some bitch. It's a graveyard smash.
I never even heard it until you played it.
Really, you've never heard the Monster Mash?
Like as in like organic, it came on the radio or whatever. Never heard it before.
I wonder why I know it then.
Did you know it before, Brandee?
What?
The Graveyard Smash. Or you only heard it since Ricky played it?
The Graveyard Smash?
Yeah.
The Monster
Everyone's
Mash.
heard that.
Yeah, everyone's
Oh,
heard it.
You hear that when you're growing up
Well,
at Halloween.
Well, if you're rich and
time?
had a radio,
We grew up poor. Don't lie about that. We grew up super poor.
Brady says y'all had 2 radios, so rich.
We only had 2 radios because one was in the car, and all cars had radio.
Ours didn't have a radio. We had to pawn it.
You have to pawn the radio in the car. Get new wheels for the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my
So
God.
move the house. That's our favorite thing me and Perry do. When we talk with Jordan and Brandee, y'all wouldn't know. Y'all already grew up poor. You have to figure out how to slice the bologna just so when it bubbled up, it would cook all the way. Cook both sides.
I mean, we grew up on like potted meat and Vienna weenies.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's what Dustin didn't. But me and my sisters, that's all we ate. Like that and canned chicken noodle soup. That was 90% of the time what we ate for like lunch and dinner.
I do like Vienna sausage. And the funny thing is, Campbell's soup, I was probably 23, 24, somewhere through there before I realized you're supposed to add water to it.
Oh, you're supposed to add water to it?
Yep.
I did not know that.
It's all condensed soup. And that's why I never liked Campbell's soup because I was like, it's so salty. It's just, ugh. And I didn't like it as a kid.
I think I liked it because it was salty.
Yeah, you're supposed to add, I think, whatever the soup can size is, you add that much water. I believe. I could be wrong.
I've never added water to my condensed soup, apparently. Speaking of Vienna weenies, did I already tell you this story, Dustin? With Lady
know.
G?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So whenever my dog Lady G goes to my parents' house, my mom always gives her just random snacks, like chicharrones, Vienna weenies, stuff like that. I went over there one night, and my dad was cooking steaks for me and my sister. My mom was gone. She was out drinking with her friends. And my sister, because the timing when my pop says he's going to cook is always 2 hours off. He says, steaks will be ready at 2. They're going to be ready at 4 or 5. They're not going to be ready at 2. He just wants us to get there early.
Yeah.
So I always know to eat before I come. That way I won't be starving the whole time. And then my sister knew, well, I'm going to bring these Vienna weenies to snack on. So they're just sitting on the little center console of the couch and laid out. And I sat next to them where they were sitting. And Lady G just keeps barking at me and jumping on me. And I knew exactly why. She wanted those little weenies. And even my dad was like, why is she doing that? She's never like that. And I was like, because these Vienna weenies right here. She thinks they're for her because she recognizes the fucking can in this house. And every time she sees a can of Vienna weenies in this house, she gets them.
Yeah.
And then my sister was like, just give them to her. And so Bridget took them and just dumped them in a bowl. And she ate them all. She was so happy. Lady G was in heaven with those Vienna weenies.
I used to eat those, but I don't know if I can eat them now.
Ugh.
I don't mind them. I mean, when I was in Lubbock at my first apartment in Lubbock, you find interesting ways to cook them, like grill them up, put them on the skillet for a little bit.
I could probably do that with it warm, but I can't just open the can and there's no way. I just don't like cold food like that.
Like you couldn't eat a cold hot dog?
Nope.
I'd rather eat a cold hot dog than a Vienna sausage
I mean,
now.
same. But
What about, so do you ever eat your hot dogs or like sausage links or anything like that? No, like bratwurst and tortillas instead of bread?
I have
No, but
recently
Brandee
used-
does.
That is my favorite
And
way
a
to
slice
eat.
and a slice of cheese in there for her.
Yeah, throw a slice of cheese on that, and 100%. That's the best way to eat your
Yeah. I've been trying
brats
to watch
and-
my carb intake, so look at these.
tortillas are a good way to go.
Yeah, I'd rather eat a hot dog with the hot dog weenie and chili and no bun because I don't even want the bun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like to I'll get 2 hot dog weenies after they're cooked, slice them in half, then put onions and mustard on them, then cover them in chili, put some cheese on it. You don't eat cheese, do you, Troy?
Unless it's on pizza.
Yeah.
Mostly no.
White. You like the white cheese,
Yeah.
and then just eat it straight off the plate. No bun needed for a chili dog. When you snapped out last week when Justin, when you were making chili dogs,
Yeah.
I was so jealous.
That was pretty good.
I was like,
Not
son
gonna
of
lie.
a bitch. Like I legit went and bought Wolf Brand chili that day.
I know. You know why I did it? Because I saw somebody posted on Facebook the day before.
You're like, I'm getting some dogs.
I never think about that, but it's such a simple, easy thing to cook.
It is. It's freaking cheap too.
And it's cheap, and it's so tasty, even though you
was
might
like-
shit a lot later, but it's
Yeah.
still so good.
If I actually had an office to go to and I knew I was going to be there all day long, I would save so much freaking money.
Yeah,
I
because
would-
you have to eat out every day, basically,
Pretty
don't
much.
Yeah, that
because
sucks.
I mean I don't know where I'm going to be, so it's like you try to grab something quick so that you can
you? Just
get
take
back to work.
leftovers.
That's so much work though.
Yeah,
I
but
used to work at a shop, like at the dealership. Whatever I had, whether it was fried chicken, spaghetti, whatever, I left in the Tupperware bowl and on the dash of my car. So like during the summer, it would be in there from like 7 o'clock till noon. Went to lunch, just let the sun warm it up. I know it's probably not proper food handling, but
I mean,
You're still alive.
yeah, you survived.
yeah.
It just builds up your. Yeah, fuck. We grew up on fast taco. Our guts can handle just
we're
about
still
anything.
going on Fast Taco.
Yeah.
I may have to boycott it.
Well, why are you gonna boycott it?
Man, I got nachos from last time and they were not good. The cheese was all not melted all the way.
Hey, I will say we went podcast last week or the week before. After the podcast one, no, it was
Last week after
last
Linda.
week after Aunt Linda. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
this is
went-
when you're starving and mad.
Yeah, so went to Fast
Angry.
Taco. I tell you, it was probably the best Fast Taco I've had. There was, I mean, the tostada, shit ton of beans on there and everything.
Oh, yeah.
perfect. The burritos, same thing. Like I was very, very
So,
impressed.
I think they might have got complaints because my tostada's been the same way recently, like
Yeah.
covered in beans
Yeah,
and sauce and cheese. Like they're
Instead of
perfect.
like that very, very thin layer of beans
Yeah.
that they used to do.
I got me an original flour enchilada plate the other day. It was like the first time I ever ate one. And I remember the first time I ate one. It was when Bridget worked there and she brought it home. That's when they had. Do you remember when they had the clear plastic containers instead of the
Oh,
styrofoam
yeah.
ones? And she brought that, and it had that extra enchilada, that smell, the burrito sauce, whatever it is on the red sauce, the enchiladas. And it was so good. And then I got one. I didn't get the extra enchilada because now it's like $7 for an extra enchilada.
Yeah, it used to be like 99 cents.
99
or something.
cents. And I got it, and it was so. The only thing missing was a taco shell on the beans and rice.
Oh, they got to slide it over to spread the beans. Whoosh.
Yeah, and you just take that nacho cheese covered half taco shell, dip it in the beans. That's the only thing that was missing from that one I had. But they also gave me tortillas. Like you could use that, swipe up all the extra stuff from your enchilada left over, and eat the rest of the stuff that way with the
God,
tortilla.
I'm getting hungry. Speaking of which, I gotta go check on that chicken spaghetti.
Is that what you've been going inside for?
Yeah,
What's Alana doing?
that's what I said. I think she's on it.
Ooh.
Is she mad at us?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I can still go to Fast Taco, but I have to get the basic stuff. Just stick to that. Tacos, burritos.
Yeah, I
With
always
the
go
nacho
basic.
cheese.
I do number one.
That
Plus-
enchilada was really good last time.
Plus $13 for nachos.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Seems a little high.
Nachos are way too
Oh,
expensive
they
now.
think they're bougie now,
They are.
and
Yeah.
they don't have styrofoam cups.
Oh, they got weird cups now.
Is it the hard plastic cups?
No, they're not hard plastic,
No,
but
it's not plastic. It's paper. It's
Yeah.
like the
Oh.
but they don't keep your drink cold long enough.
hell no.
And they're going to sweat all over the place.
Yeah. They sweat all over the place. Literally twice so
It's like a
far.
McDonald's cup.
Yeah, twice so far. The guy handing me my drink, it slipped and spilled.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if you most of those times, those paper cups, you accidentally leave them in your car,
Yep.
for whatever
Oh,
reason.
get
They'll
that
cup.
eat through that. They'll eat through the glue at the bottom,
Yep.
and then you'll
Get
pick it
that
up.
cup
and then-
holder juice.
Yep.
Yep. Pick it up and you got cup holder full of.
Do you want to
whatever.
call it?
No, I'm not calling. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we can be done.
It's whatever.
It's whatever. Troy, what do you got going on?
Probably gonna go eat some regular spaghetti.
Oh, did you make your spaghetti?
It was leftovers. I forgot to take it to lunch.
Ah.
In the morning, I keep forgetting my lunch.
Yeah, we can talk about lunch more. You can go check on your dinner. Dustin's leaving us
It's not-
again.
It's not my dinner. It's our dinner.
Our dinner. But yeah, so like Dustin was saying, since he's never at the office, he has to eat out every day. And me working from the office every day, I normally try to take my lunch. But the problem with that is I don't want to eat the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah, it sounds good the night before whatever you make. You're like, okay, so we get it for lunch. Lunch rolls around, you're like, man, I don't want that crap.
Yeah, like this week I cooked brisket and on my Traeger. So I mean, it's not like super smoking. It's not nothing fancy. It's just brisket. And so I made some tortillas. And I was like, I can just have some brisket tacos for a couple of days. And yesterday I was already tired of brisket tacos yesterday, so I made nachos. Then this was at the house when I made nachos, but I made nachos. And another thing that irritated me was I did the DoorDash grocery delivery, which I love because I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to like I did the Amazon Fresh for a while, but the problem with that is you have to schedule like 2 days in advance to get your food.
How much do you tip your DoorDash? Or you said for groceries? How much
Yeah.
do you tip them?
$5.
I did 20% the other day. I felt bad.
Is that
I'm
well?
like, so like if you order $150 worth of groceries, do you tip them 20%?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't.
This-
I never order that much.
Yeah, this was only like $60, so it was like $12 tip. But then I was thinking, like, if you really went all out and bought all your groceries and it was, like your normal bill, $150, $200, do you tip them, $40, $30? I didn't know what the protocol was.
So this is kind of weird. I probably need to reevaluate because at restaurants I'm a very good tipper, but for delivery service, it's almost like I'm $5 delivery service no matter what it is, no matter how much I spend is a standard $5. If I order $12 worth of stuff, $5. $40 worth of stuff, $5. Maybe I need to reevaluate this, especially with the groceries.
Yeah.
And the problem with DoorDash, like Uber Eats, you can go back and change the tip. You can add more. DoorDash, you can't. Once you set that tip amount, you're stuck with it.
Oh, that's right.
And
I think
so,
about that.
yeah, so here's something that irritated me this last time. So normally the DoorDash, whoever's getting my food order ready, they'll send me a text and say, hey, this item's missing. Can I replace it with this, or what would you like to do? And they'll give me options. This time, so I
They
ordered...
just said replaced it.
Yeah, or they could replace it or whatever. But this time I ordered stuff to make salads because I like having salads and like a meal. So I'd ordered my salads, and they were just out, so they didn't bring me any. And I was like, okay, that's like half my meals. Now what do I do?
They're like, oh, sorry about your luck.
Dustin brought out food.
Chicken spaghetti.
Chicken spaghetti.
Oh yeah, you're asking about the sauce earlier. I'm not exactly sure all the sauce, but I do know that she puts Rotel in it.
Oh,
So she gets like a rotisserie chicken, shreds it up, cooks the noodles and everything, adds the chicken in there. I'm not sure about the rest of the sauce though, and then puts cheese on top.
Is it more? It's more like a casserole, huh?
Yeah, I kind of like casserole. It's
Yeah.
called chicken spaghetti. is
Yeah,
what
chicken
they call
spaghetti
it.
with the casserole. I would say probably like cream of mushroom or cream of
Oh,
chicken.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Rotel. You can't eat with the microphone on, man.
I'm not going to.
Okay, I was like,
Just eat the microphone.
it's gonna be terrible. I will have to take my headset off. Then I can't hear Troy. Stop it, Troy. Y'all are gross. All right. Well, now we have our food's here. We can wrap it up. Does that work? Or do you want to keep
Works
talking?
for me.
Works for me.
Works for me.
Nobody gave me a response. I just said
I was
something.
waiting on the guest.
And Troy can go eat. Fuck.
Yeah, we better wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, my words have stopped working.
Uh-oh.
So,
Better
hey,
wrap it up.
Troy, thanks for being on with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me
thanks for
on.
chatting.
Maybe when we come into town March,
Yeah. Live.
swing back
Let's do
on.
live
Go
one.
live.
Oh, yeah.
In the studio.
So the
Actually,
end- so
come
the
in
end of
studio.
March.
The
Yeah, it's
26th.
the 26th.
All right.
2 weeks.
That's that Saturday, so probably that Friday the 25th.
Yes.
One last burp in.
I'm glad we got it. That was awesome. Are you putting it in your calendar? Or checking to see if you're going to be in town?
Both. I don't know what this is. It's on the calendar. for the
Dustin goes out of
26th.
town every weekend.
Well, you know,
He's
Living the
popular.
dream.
Everybody loves him.
I go out of town like Troy goes on vacations.
All right,
This is-
brother-in-law, I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed
Yeah.
it too.
It's been fun.
Tell Brandee thank you for being on the podcast.
He says, thanks for being on the podcast, Brandee. You got a thumbs up.
Nice.
So now she's going to be
Now
quiet.
she's gonna be quiet.
Now she's going to be quiet.
Now she's not going to say anything.
Lord.
It was a thumb. She almost got cut off.
Oh shit.
No, that's the finger.
That was a finger.
All right, find us at simsandleon.com. Email us simsandleon@gmail.com.
Yep. SNL_boys TikTok. That's about it. Send us some emails.
You can shut the fuck up.